position to contest and to do so effectively. Obviously, it is not an easy process because the way it works sometimes in political parties you often get your resources when the elections are called. That is when people really step up. But we have been trying to let potentials know we're in the space where we believe, based on the trends, as you mentioned earlier, that we've been seeing in the Caribbean region, all governments, Labour Party governments in particular, called it early elections, that there is a likelihood that it will continue here in Dominica. So we're taking nothing for granted. We obviously would have liked to be a lot more advanced than where we are, but we understand the constraints, we understand the challenges. It's about trying to work through those constraints and challenges to be in the best position that we possibly can be. And so that is where we are. I mean, I listened with some interest to the response of the Prime Minister
just a few days ago. Yes.
Post by press conference by the journalist Kalai John Baptist, and it was interesting to hear his comments. It was a very simple question. He simply could have said, notwithstanding what is in the legislation, unless something untoward, some emergency or something, but I will ensure that we go through the process. To me, he may not be willing to go through the process, and all the more reason why we need to do a lot more than we are doing now.
Okay, but you spoke about candidacies or candidates for the various constituencies. If an election were to be called, you said you're getting candidates ready. Will you be ready for at least 15 candidates to contest?
Absolutely, Matt. No question about it. No question. I mean, the ideal situation, obviously, is to be able to announce your candidates all now or last year to announce candidates. That is the ideal situation. But we know that there are some unique constraints within the Dominic context. There are some people who do not want to expose themselves too early for very obvious reasons. If they have a government job, if they have a business that they fear retaliation that early in the process. So all of these that we have to take into account. I think sometimes people blame the party unnecessarily to say, well, you guys are not doing enough, you are not, working. But these are the very real constraints under which we have to work in this political environment in Dominica. These are the real challenges that we have. How do you get persons, for example, if you have a teacher, and then say, well, in that case, get a retired teacher. Well, I mean, the ideal candidate may be just this young person in their 30s who wants to contest, who has a very good chance, and who is telling us, if you guys can just hold up for a little while longer, when it is called, yes, I can come forward. Because bear in mind, if you're a public servant and you announce your position, you have to resign. You have to resign. And for some people, if you're young, you have a mortgage, you have a family, all of those responsibilities, no matter what the government has been able to do in the past, is say, tell people, don't worry about this. I'll give you 500,000, I'll give you 200,000, I'll pay off your mortgage. As a party in opposition, we are not in a position to do that. So we have to work with what we have. We have to work with the constraints that we have. But let me just assure the Dominican public that when an election is called, we will be ready with our candidates to ensure that we contest, because we believe that the people in Dominica are ready for change and we are ready to support them.
But you spoke about such candidates. Have you identified such candidates that may be in the public service and they're thinking about the possibility of contesting under a UWP ticket?
Yes, Matt. In every constituency, we have identified individuals, who we believe would be good candidates. So we have done that process. It's a matter of getting people to either agree or to work out some kind of accommodation that when the time is right, they will actually step in. But the fact that you're not seeing candidates in some constituencies does not that we're not working on it. As I've tried to explain earlier, that poses its own unique challenge for opposition parties. But it is not unusual if you go back to the past election cycles. That has always been the case, that the majority of candidates are announced when the election it is announced. And we don't see any change to that now because that is just the political conditioning here in Dominica. I wish it were different. I wish we could have our people be put forward, not be victimized, not be put at a disadvantage, but that we have in this country.
But Dr. Fontaine, if an election were to be called, it's no secret that the Prime Minister will go back to this list, the old list. It means that we'll have a bloated list. How would you intend to contest that or participate?
But it is, and that to me is where it becomes very unfortunate because we have gone through all of this. We've gone through all of the struggle, if you like, including personal sacrifice by many persons, some of whom were jailed, patriots who were jailed last year, others of us who were arrested, persons who have been dragged before the courts, even as we speak, having to spend money on lawyer fees and been inconvenienced to appear in court many times over. So we've had real sacrifice and pain, to get up to this point. And one would have hoped that the Prime Minister would have respected the process and allow the confirmation process to run its course and to have a clean list, because that is where we have had the problem. That the CCJ has given a very strong opinion regarding a list that is bloated, and she was very clear: you cannot have an election on a bloated list out of our democracy. And so we have these constraints, and you would have hoped that the Prime Minister having and the electoral office having announced a date, a period during which there would be confirmation, would have allowed the process to go through, especially considering that we are still 2 full years shy of when elections should be called. So time is not an issue because there is enough time to get the process done. The obvious question then is, why is it that the Prime Minister insists on not giving any kind of assurance that he would allow the confirmation to run out? And as you said, if there's an election, we're going to have an election with the very same list that has been at the center of all the pain, of all the agony, of all the cheating and all the fraud that we have seen in our election cycles. So the question then becomes, is this Prime Minister prepared to continue to have an election process that is fraudulent, an election process that is neither free nor fair? That to me is at the very heart of the question, and it's something that I believe that the people of Dominica should hold this government accountable for. Ultimately, it is the people of Dominica to stand up, and the people of Dominica should not support that. Those who are thinking that they should support having this bloated voters list and actively participate, so in some cases they're behaving illegally. In some cases they're going against the laws of Dominica, which forbids anyone that kind of behavior that we've seen in voting on people's names, voting in constituencies where you're not registered, voting more than once, and all of these irregularities that we've seen time and time again in Dominica elections. People are actively supporting that. I think it's time that the people of Dominica rise up with conscience and say, we are not going to participate in those types of behaviors. We are not going to do something that completely alien and contrary to what a free and fair election process will be. And people stand up, then we'll take care of that, and then you wonder why people do that and what benefit do they draw from this. But at the end of the day, we're left with a government that the people have neither voted for nor want. But
given the fact that given the fact that President Trump has put on some restrictions there with visas and green card holders, and maybe to a certain extent, American citizens may not be able to travel freely to Dominica to vote again. Now, would that be to your advantage? Because a lot of our voters come from North America to re-elect, if you will, Mr. Skerritt. Would that be to your advantage? That they won't be able to.
I don't see that necessarily as an advantage, and I'll tell you why.
Tell me.
Because if, for example, the government was getting, say, 3,000 from the United States, I believe that there are enough diasporans in the Caribbean region where no such rules apply to get those numbers. Bear in mind, we have literally tens of thousands of Dominicans scattered throughout the Caribbean region. Okay, so to me, it appears very simple. If that is the position that this government wants to maintain, to simply say, okay, well, we can't get the numbers from the US. We'll look locally within the Caribbean region. Okay, so what we have to do is to what that's important there, therefore, is to do away with this bloated voters list,
Mm-hmm.
do away with this cheating of elections, and simply do the thing free and fair. You know, I mean, this is a government that boasts about how popular they are, how much work that they're doing. Well, if you're doing so much, let the people reward you on the basis of what you're doing for them. Have a level playing field, do it right. And if the people see that you're deserving of respect and you need to continue, they will continue to vote for you. But don't continuously cheat and steal as you have been doing, and pretend that you can get away with it forever. You know, I think that is a time now for the Dominican public to put their foot. And I'm speaking now specifically to Dominicans who reside within Dominica. Still, we believe that there are too many Dominicans locally who continue to vote for this government. If more Dominicans locally who are feeling the pressure, who are feeling the pain, who have to depend on $300 a month for this government, who have to see their children go to school and not get jobs, who have to see the government devastate the agriculture sector, devastate the construction sector, devastate the tourism sector, literally kill the economy. If those Dominicans who are seeing this can decide, hey, enough is enough. We need a change. We need to reset, have a huge reset in Dominica. If enough Dominicans locally do that, then the rest of the equation is just useless, because there will be enough numbers even locally to put in a new government. And that is what we are hoping, that we'll have something along the lines of what we saw in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, where people stood up and said, enough is enough. You've been there long enough. We need a change. And look at the benefits St. Vincent is getting already, the government. We believe that there'll be even better improvements in Dominica. There'll be even greater changes for us here in Dominica if our people act decisively, which is what we're asking them to do.
All right. No. The last time we said no reform, no election. You don't think you'll go back there? No.
Matt, we have already done the ultimate. We have already abstained from an election to prove our point.
Mm-hmm.
And up to now, that decision is still being hotly debated. I still believe personally that this was the right thing to do
At the time.
At the time that we had to really push the envelope. But having done it one time, it becomes useless to do it a second time if it's not going to change anything. So what we are prepared to do right now is to fight for every vote, is to fight for every Dominican, is to fight to ensure that when elections are called, whether it's called this year or next year, that we participate fully with all our candidates, that we have a united opposition that can go in there and really, send a very strong message to this government. And I quite frankly, from what I have seen, given the engagement that we have had on the ground,
Mm-hmm.
it is very clear to me that the people of Dominica are at this point. They're
Okay.
at the point where they're saying enough is enough, and they're looking for this change. So it's up to us to channel these desires on the part of the people, to be able to put that together by putting forward a very strong list of candidates, a very committed list of individuals who are prepared to go to battle on the behalf of the Dominican public. And that is what we are focused on. And I'm very happy to be the leader of this group of people that we are putting together to take this fight to the government of Dominica.
A big question, Thompson Fontaine, that you might not be able to avoid. Of course, election has become very transactional. There's money involved, and there's no secret. You need money to contest election. Are you confident that you will get the necessary monies you need to contest any upcoming election?
Man, I think based on my knowledge of elections and the way elections work, the more likely an opposition party is to win is the more likely persons will support that party.
Mm.
So we're aware of that. And that's the reason why, as part of our strategy, we have started to approach persons, we've started to approach institutions, we've started to do the necessary work to ensure that these monies will come our way when the time comes. We absolutely need resources to run an election. In the past, we have run elections probably not with enough resources. We need to change that. But I believe that given our very good chances of winning the next elections, we will see a lot more support. But we're not leaving anything to chance. We are actively working this angle, actively reaching out, as I said, to friends and to different individuals, because we need those resources. And I'm very confident as a leader of this party that we will get the resources that are required to run a very good campaign and to ultimately win this election.
Both locally and internationally?
Yes, Matt, we are not restricting ourselves only to local resources, because as you know, even locally, resources are challenged because the private sector have been decimated where they exist. Some of them do not have the kind of resources that they would have had in the past. So we have to look beyond that. But let me just assure the Dominican public that we will not do anything illegal. We will not do anything that is contrary to our beliefs and to the highest levels of integrity with respect to sourcing resources. We'll always be accountable to the Dominican public from day one, because as you know, we have adopted a zero corruption position within the United Workers' Party. We have adopted a position of complete transparency with the Dominican public and accountability, and we want to maintain that even as we go after resources to fund our campaign. We want to start on the right footing, because we want to carry that same desire into government, where we are credible, where we are accountable, and where we are transparent in every action and activity that we undertake. So I want to assure the Dominican public that we are not going to get any diabasa. We're not going to shake the devil's tail to get to where we want to get to. We will do so in a manner that is dignified, in a manner that is above board. But ultimately, we will get the resources that we need, as I said, to do what is required, to put on the rallies, to get the paraphernalia, the T-shirts, the hats, the different things that people need for a good, strong campaign, to pay the advertising, all of those things that are required and where money is needed. We will get those resources, but we'll do so in a manner that we can, and after it is done, we can look back with satisfaction, not having anything to be ashamed of.
A clean and above board.
That's our commitment to the Dominican public, Matt, outside of government and in government.
Okay, let me ask a question that somebody's asking there on the Facebook page. How is confirmation going? What is in place in the constituency to ensure that the UWP supporters go out and confirm?
I must say, Matt, I have been a bit surprised by the pushback that we have been receiving from a number of persons with respect to the confirmation. And I think a lot of it had to do with the initial confusion, with the initial attempts by the government, quite frankly, and the Electoral Commission to disenfranchise or to keep literally thousands of Dominicans out of confirming by putting those conditions which they knew would disadvantage several thousands by not having them use the birth certificate to confirm. Now that we're at the point where we have that, the news is going to go out, so more people are responding. I've also noted that the Electoral Commission, they have stepped up and they're putting a center right now in Roseau that would allow persons who are in different constituencies outside of Roseau to actually confirm in Roseau. These are individuals who ordinarily would be working and reside in town, but who are still voting in their home villages. They have now put that into effect. And I know that on the 14th, the 21st, and the 28th of April, they're having those enrollment centers open at the National Stadium in Roseau. On the 14th, they will be doing the Lapland constituency. On the 21st, the Munjan constituency. And on the 28th, they'll be doing the Castle Bruce constituency. So I want to encourage those individuals who are voting in those constituencies, but who are having difficulty to go back to those constituencies to confirm they now have an opportunity to do that right there in Roseau. So that is good, but we need more of that. We also need the Electoral Commission to open confirmation centers, or at least take these mobile confirmation centers to major villages where they do not have confirmation centers. For example, Campbell, a big village where there is no confirmation center. Warner, no confirmation center. Mont Prosper, Wharton Waver. These are just a few of the areas where there are no confirmation centers. I believe that the Electoral Commission can do a lot more to go to those individuals. It is too much to expect persons to leave Mont Prosper, go all the way to Trafalgar to vote, where you don't even have direct lines of transport between those villages. It's important that they make it easier. I believe that if the Electoral Office act more openly, if they act, to move, as we are suggesting, that they move individuals from where they are established to those areas where there are no confirmation centers, do that probably 2 days a week. Move from Maho and go up to Warner. 2 days a week. Move from Trafalgar and go to Wharton Waven and Mont Prosper. 2 days a week. Move from Maho and go to Campbell. If the Electoral Commission does that, I am confident that a lot more persons will step forward to confirm. The process will go smoother. And also, since we are on the Electoral Commission, I would like to urge them to register in the names of those who have already confirmed. We know that thousands of persons have gone to the confirmation centers, but they are giving us lists of only a few hundred people. That needs to be changed because people are wondering what exactly is going on. Why it is that they applied for confirmation since October and their names are yet to appear. 4 or 5 months later, their names are yet to appear on the list. I believe that the Electoral Commission, they need to, if the problem is a lack of resources, those resources should be provided to them, because there is no greater or more important activity taking place in Dominica now than this confirmation process, where we're trying to safeguard the integrity of our democratic process and ensure that future elections are held in a way that every Dominican can be proud of. So, yes, I am not happy with what has happened today, but I believe that the process, if those actions are taken, we can move more quickly. As a party, we continue to encourage our people to vote in my own constituency.
Because somebody, hold on, Thompson, doctor. Somebody's asking, how is the UWP mobilizing and helping its people on the ground go and confirm?
Right, exactly. That's exactly what I was going to come to. What we have asked our caretakers to do in the various constituencies is to first identify the persons within the constituencies who need to confirm, and that process is ongoing. So they have been supplied with various lists to kind of check through exactly who is there, where they are. So when we did our exercise, for example, for the Mount John Grandford constituency, we went through the list and said, well, these are the number of persons who are currently residing in Roseau, the number of persons who are currently residing in St. Joseph, in Salisbury. All right, so we now know where these people are. The next step is then to reach out to them and to arrange transportation, arrange a means of getting them to come to the centers to vote. So that is ongoing as we speak in the various constituencies. Some have done so with greater success than others. So, for example, the Wesley constituency, they've been doing an excellent job. Others are catching on. The La Plaine constituency, we know, is catching on. The Cassibridge constituency, they have been working on that. So the work is ongoing. We are doing the mobilization. Obviously, it calls for some resources as well to arrange buses and so forth for people to do. So that is ongoing, Matt, and we're happy to report that we are making more success, but we are certainly improving and increasing our efforts on that question of mobility. But at the end of the day, we want to ensure that every single Dominican who is eligible to be confirmed will do so. We want every person participating in that process, and we want to continue to encourage everybody to vote. Confirm and vote. And if you're going to vote, you must confirm. So with that message, we keep sounding, we keep doing our best, reaching out. And even when we go on the ground, some of the first questions that we ask the people: are you confirmed? Are you having a difficulty in confirming? So we are doing that as well when we do our groundwork, our campaign on the ground, as we have been doing over the past several weeks. We are also reaching out to persons in that way. So let me just assure everyone that we're doing what is required. Obviously, We need to do a lot more. We need to ratchet up our efforts because the time is winding down. But by the time October comes around, we are confident that we'll be able to handle what volume of persons that need to be confirmed that will be in place.
Let me just ask you one of the final questions here, or maybe two more. It appears late last year during your election process for the new executive that there seem to have been some cracks at the top, meaning that the United Workers' Party top members seem to have cracked. The executives seem to have cracked, and some other members were moving away from the party, and you and your team moving the other way. Are we seeing more signs of unity at the top of the United Workers' Party at this point?
But I think, sometimes persons confuse the regular democratic process with, or they assign that to something else. So when you have a healthy democratic process that you elect your leaders, the mere fact you're having an election, it means that you have persons who are opposing or who are contending, or more than one person contending for a particular position. So that is normal and healthy in a democracy. Once you engage on that process, on that democratic process, persons naturally assign sides. If one, persons will support me and other persons will support the other candidate. That is normal. That should not be construed as disunity, but rather it should be seen for what it is, the normal process of the normal democratic process through which we have to go. Now, having gone through that process and having established me as the winner of that process, or as the leader of the party, the next step obviously is for those who voted against and those who did not give this initial support to say, well, now these elections are over, let us throw our support completely behind the leader in honesty and in complete transparency. Probably that has not happened in every instance. One would have expected that to happen more quickly. So it is true that there are some individuals within the party who may be holding back the full support, who may not be fully committed to it. But again, that is part of the normal process. Not just me as the leader of the party right now to ensure that everyone comes on board. And that is what we have been engaged with. We have been reaching out to do.
But have you been engaged in Dr. Funkin? Have you been engaging those who seem to have a hands-off approach to the party to getting everybody on board, to sing the same song?
Man, absolutely. Because at the end of the day, I'm one of those who believe that everyone is important and everyone counts. And sometimes I think the problem sometimes arises where sometimes it's about expectations. Okay, so people have in their mind the way that you should approach it. So if somebody is not coming to you, your best bet might be to just pick up the phone and call them every day or 3 times a day and so on to try to cajole them. Different people have different approaches to where they resolve these types of issues. I believe that the focus, whereas the onus is on me as the leader to do what is necessary, it is equally important that whoever feels aggrieved to examine themselves, examine their conscience, and say, well, this thing is bigger than me. This is about saving Dominica. This is about rescuing our country. And should I allow my own personal misgivings, my own personal problems with the leader and the way he operates, should I allow that to cloud my bigger vision of seeing Dominica being where it needs to get? And so I think at the end of the day, ultimately, everyone has a responsibility, because I keep telling the people that I speak with, those that I interact with, I keep telling them that this thing is bigger than you and me. This is bigger than the leader. This is bigger than you as a representative, or you as a member of the executive, or you as an ordinary member. Let us focus. Let us think that this is about getting it right for Dominica. And the quicker we lay aside our differences, the quicker we put it aside. But that's what we have to look at. At the end of the day, those differences are nothing compared to the pain and the suffering that this country is going through. And if you can see it in the slide, if you can see it in the light where what we are enduring under this government far exceeds whatever difference of opinion that you could have about me or me about you, if you can understand that, in a heartbeat, we put away our difficulties and we focus on the bigger issue. And I hope we get to this point. We are making progress in that regard. I think people are coming around. Persons are showing their support. Sometimes things, but that is getting there. And I believe ultimately people will especially those we have persons with the party who have been fighting all of their lives, all of their adult lives, even if they even gave their youth to the struggle. They've been in this for over 25, 30 years, so they're not going anywhere, because they have been so involved, they have been so engaged in the struggle. Now we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I believe now is a great time for everyone to set aside whatever differences that they have, and let us work together, let us come together, let us strategize together, let us do the work that is necessary together, and let us get this done together. I believe that we can, and that to me is the essence of unity, understanding the need to work together and doing it in a way that people see it is happening and getting the results that you want.
Strategy and unity, two words I underline. It appears that the other side, the other opposition party or parties seem to want to get together with you guys. I spoke to Joshua just yesterday, and maybe in the near future, sing the same song from the same platform. Are we going to see more of that coming going forward in terms of united as a force to, defeat the incumbent?
Absolutely, Matt. I believe that is necessary, that we have a united opposition. It makes no sense that you're going up against a government that is as entrenched as this government is, that has a level of resources that this government has. It makes no sense to go up disunited. I heard Josh yesterday, and I must say that what he said publicly is what he has been saying to us privately. He's been very consistent. He has not changed on that notion of his willingness to work collectively with the United Workers' Party. I can say publicly that we are of the same mind, that we are fully in a position to engage every single person and party in opposition. Those engagements have started. We believe it's a necessary part of moving forward, having that kind of dialogue amongst themselves. We'll continue. But let me just assure the Dominican public that at the end of the day, there will be a united opposition to come up against this Labour Party government. There is no question in my mind, based on the initial discussions that we have been having, based on the willingness for each of those parties to understand their position, understand their strengths or not within the various constituencies. And I believe we have a common basis by which we can operate and talk. It has all to do with where parties are stronger and more concentrated, what it represents, what kind of concessions that may be given. But those discussions are necessary. They're ongoing. But I believe at the very center of all of this, which gives me the confidence, is the fact that each of the parties realize, the UPP, the Third Party, the Dominica Freedom Party, each of those parties realizes that we cannot be not united. And because of that common understanding, we are moving together in this. We commit on a fairly regular basis. We discuss political issues. And at the end of the day, we will have a united front going into this election.
Dr. Thompson Fontaine, thank you very much for your engagement this morning.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.
Faster I will run. You can deny me. You can decide to turn your face away. No matter, 'cause there's something inside so strong. I know that I can make it. Though you're doing me wrong, so wrong. You thought that my pride was strong. Oh no, something inside so strong. Oh, something inside so strong. Oh, you refuse to hear my voice. The louder I will sing. You hide behind Jericho. The lies will come tumbling. In my place and time, you squander wealth and find light will shine so brightly it will blind you.
All right, so you heard Dr. Fontaine.
Make it, you and me. Oh, no.
Speaking to a number of issues. Somebody's asking the question, Matt, does the opposition have a system in place to monitor the integrity of the confirmation process? It's no secret that the DLP will do anything to illegally confirm people overseas. Huh? On the telephone, hello, John Tobias.
Matt, morning.
Morning to you, morning.
You mustn't expect Dr. Fontaine to spit out everything in public, eh? Okay?
Yes?
There are some things you have to hold on to.
I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah. On the telephone, yes. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Matt.
Morning to you.
I just wanted to make a short comment on the next election.
Sure.
I'm making an appeal to Dominicans on a whole that this government seems to be operating on trickery. How can you be trying to call an election before the process of confirmation and registration is complete as agreed upon? I can think way back as 2019 when the issues were hot, and this Prime Minister himself said, these are vexing issues. Mr. Byron said these are vexing issues, and we should not enter another election without a new electoral reform listing and so forth. The Prime Minister called an election in 2022 with an old list, violating that. And now this is 2026, and he's trying to do the same thing. What are we not seeing? Someone who wants to do anything to bend the law, break the law, break the trust in the party. Because the party in power is not honest to the people. It does not want to have free and fair elections. And as a result, we are just not getting what we deserve. The opposition, on the other hand, is working. Very, very tough to be in opposition for 25 years. I think they've done the best they can so far to get people together in order to oppose. The government, the party in power, however, by whatever means they get money, but they can use money, physical money, to basically bribe people, buy votes, and find a way back in office. So Dominicans should look at that and see, why do they want to be in office for so long? Is it because they love, or because they want to remain in power, don't want us to see what is going on in government? Because where are we? A kid that's 30, 35 years old only knows this one government. whereby, you know, in the past we had governments changing, Labour, Freedom, UWP, and so on. Now this man doesn't want to change. Dominicans, take note. It is time to make a change. Thank you, sir.
Thank you too. The telephone numbers are 449-3095-9697. Hello, yes.
Mark, good morning.
Morning to you, my brother. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. I just want people to know that the United Workers' Party is not the official opposition. We're not in the House. They are just an opposition party like every other party who's looking to win the election. And my thing is, if the Labour Party, the government, the Prime Minister end up calling elections, why this confirmation thing is going on, there would be a big fraud. That is a fraud. That is fraud, right? And I'm a person never one day call him like people say he's a criminal, those kind of thing. I respect him on one come for that. But if he go through that process, call election, why that's been going on, I will be one of them that will be joining the crew of calling him, of saying whatever. I don't really like to say these words, but you know, I would have to join. Because Dominicans now, it's day. What they're saying is Dominicans that have to be ready. We are always ready, you know. For me, from day one, I always ready to take out the Labour Party there. Because they are not doing nothing in the interest of the people, right? So that's what Dominicans now have to think of. And the vote, what we call the new voters, the thing they delay there, all that is tactics to try to steal the election. But we talk about bloated lease and all those things. We just have to be stand up. All of us have to come together. Every Dominican. It doesn't matter what you think about Labour. No, it's not time for Labour. Labour time is gone. Now is a new era. We need to have a big change. We need a government that will take care of the people, young people, especially the young people. You know, I feel sorry for the young people, you know, because when my boys, I have a 31-year-old son, I have a 19-year-old son, I have a 23-year-old son, right? These children only know Labour Party, you know, right? And they're taking on their own. Why should all young people thinking like those children there? Don't God be better. They're taking on their own and say, Daddy, I don't think I can make it here, you know. You know, it is really rough. Not even college, you know. Imagine my son used to go to college and they were giving stipend for children to pay bus. And my son standing right there, you know, right there. And they bypassing, they don't give him, you know. In the community, you know, in his own tire, you know, his tire, you know, right? That just break the boy down. He always said, Daddy, I cannot stay here. And the boy moved. He had to leave Dominica at a tender age, you know, and go and better himself. You check? So that's how Dominica come, and the young people, you have to be strong. It is all your time. And I want our people to put down their knees every morning, pray that ask God to deliver us from that crooked, ruthless, scary government. Matt, thank you.
Thank you.
Your barriers, the taller I become, the farther you take my rights away, the faster I will run. You can deny me, you can decide to turn your face away. No matter, 'cause there's something inside so strong. I know that I can make it, though you're doing me wrong. So you thought that my pride was strong. Oh no, something inside so strong. Oh, something inside.
9:25. I've been told that we have some activity outside the planning. Some patriots are standing. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. We'll give you an update. We'll give you an update about 10 o'clock. Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
And sometimes I doesn't want to come and say anything because I hear somebody tell me get out. But that is Mr. Gregor radio station. And Mr. Guerra is from my country, Grenby. And you can, as you always saying, anybody can come in and point out their view. And we respect each other's view. You understand? But nevertheless, thank you for the privilege this morning. I heard you ask Mr. Thompson Fontaine if he has the money to do whatever it is, maybe. If I'm wrong, you'll correct me. Let me tell you that it's not having money that makes a difference in life. Life does not consist in abundance of man possess. It's your faith. You don't have the money. You trust God. You believe God. And pray about it and let God make His way. While some people have to give to help. But you see, some people think that they have all the money, they have all this and this. That is not, it does not work like that. And I want to tell Mr. Fontaine, keep on trusting God. Keep on believing God is able to supply all your needs according to His riches and glory. Keep on trusting God. Whatever you left your work in Sudan, where it is there, so many jobs here didn't get. You decided to be a liberator for your people. So I want to tell you, stand and having all stand. And pray, let God have His way. And God will make a way where there's no way.
All right, caller, thank you very much. The UWP, somebody is saying, and the ERC demonstrated against the passing of the electoral reform legislation on March 19, 2025. They did not agree with the law that promoted confirmation. They demonstrated against confirmation. 25 demonstrators were arrested and detained against the constitutional guaranteed rights. Today, the UWP and the ERC have been converted to promote confirmation. Have they conceded defeat? Are they working now for Skerrit? Somebody's asking again. Have they conceded defeat? Are they working for Skerrit now? This is two questions being asked. 449-3095-9697. Are you there?
Yes,
Hello.
morning.
Morning.
Morning to you. You're listening to the one abroad, Boston, the Johnson Boston.
Hey, Boston. You are called. Is it a coincidence? The question was asked.
Yeah. Well, I've been trying for a while though. On the question the person asked in terms of promoting confirmation, understand that the law was passed. Okay, it has now become law, and therefore, since it is law, you can't change it at this point until we have a new parliament that understand ethics, that are serious about governance, that understand what it is to have a reform that will serve the generation now and future generation. And I made the point that before, women could not vote. You had to be 21 years old to vote. You had to have property, land, house, money in the bank to run for election and so forth. And reform changed that. And today in 2026, this is the law. Are we happy with that law? Certainly. You can vote at 18 now. Women can participate. And anybody, once you are capable, you can read and write, you have some educational background, you can put yourself forward and the constituency will elect you. But Martin, the question of an early election. I mean, we know the Prime Minister here is a copycat Prime Minister. So Garton Brown called election, Mayor Motley had election, we feel he must call election too, but these people in their country have done things that have empowered their people economically, socially, and so forth. So therefore, they are better off than us when you look at it. A lot of our people are living here and going to Antigua in particular to seek employment. So it tells you that things are not right in Dominica. And even the Labour Party itself, when the election is called, they go to Antigua for large delegation to campaign because they realize that a lot of people have left. And why they have left, not because they don't like their country, because their country don't have the opportunities for them. The other thing, though, it is in our law that the Prime Minister can call an election at any time. But rights come with responsibility. You can't be a nuisance with your rights. That you pay to drive on the road, I pay to drive on the road, or you pay to drive on the road. Because you pay your license to drive on the road, you can just jump people or do stupidness on the road. No, it has to have certain responsibility. Now, if the Prime Minister called an election now, he will prove to the country, the region and the world, that what we have been saying all along, that they have been tiffing the election, is true. Because we have been speaking reform, or we were speaking reform for quite some time. after the 2019 election, which was an early poll, a snap election, the Prime Minister, his first parliament after that election, said in the parliament, to the ears of all of us who have ears to hear, and those in the region and the world, that the most vexing issue in the campaign of 2019 was electoral reform, and in its first 100 days, he will appoint an eminent jurist from the region to conduct a survey, a study on the electoral process, their system in Dominica. And then the name of Sudan's Barons came about. Some didn't have an issue with him, but they had an issue with the way in which it was done, whether the Prime Minister should appoint him or the Electoral Commission. Nevertheless, he was appointed and paid handsomely. He then had his preliminary report, and then the Prime Minister agreed with him that they would pay additional money for them to do the draft legislation, which they did. And then he wrote in 2022 to the Prime Minister and the then leader of the opposition, Lincoln, to say that in the first quarter of 2023, he would be ready to submit his report and so forth. And the Prime Minister hastily called an election in 2022, December 2022. And so on this very list, he himself said was his most vexing issue in the election of 2019. Now, we are in 2026. The electoral confirmation process has started in October of 2025. And we have a year, which is 12 months, plus an additional 3 months to complete the system. And if the Prime Minister does not respect that, it tells you that what we have been saying about him and his party and his government are true, and so on. Because we are not playing a game. Governance is not a game. Governance is to elect people to govern the country, to improve your life, create opportunities for you to be employed, grow the economy, have in place a good security system that people can be free, a good court system that people can go to court and get justice, a good health system that you can go to the hospital and any health center and get proper care. You can grow your agricultural sector that people can have food and food security and so on. That is what the government is supposed to be doing. What we have seen for the last 20 or so years is a playful government, a jab-and-sack government who believe that they can do things and fool the country, fool the people, and people are just sitting there because they are not interested. And I tell you something, I was speaking to some young people yesterday, and they were saying they get the impression that the Labour Party, and these are people who are in their 20s, so they only know the Labour Party. When they study things, they can see the Labour Party intention, deliberate intention is to make you poor, keep you down, so you can depend on them for handouts. And therefore, when you call election, you can sing and swing in their corner. And then they're busy now on the question of giving you handout rather of assisting you to improve yourself and to have an independence. Martino, confirmation and registration should never be a competition among the parties, right? It has never been in the past. I know that. People go out there, they confirm. I was told, I think on Sunday, speaking to somebody, and he said to me that, yes, he is a Labourite, but he's getting fed up with the Labour Party and their behavior. And he's saying to me that he, as a Labourite, they had a meeting, and they were advised that if a person does not support the Labour Party, and you cannot change them, do not go and witness for them to confirm. You see how far that rich? Now, some people are saying you have to pay them to confirm, you have to pay them to register. And that should not and have never been the pattern. What they have done is corrupt the process, and people believe that they must get gifts to even register. Registration is a free thing. Confirmation should be a free thing that anybody who have the age of 18 can go register, who is not yet registered, and those who are already registered can go and confirm. No party, nobody should give you gifts to do that. That is your civic duty, your responsibility, because that's how you elect people to represent you in Parliament and to be in your government. So you should take that seriously and so forth. And I think, Matt, if the Prime Minister called an election now, he's a coward. He continued to revel in dirtiness and lead the country in division, and a divided country cannot work. Now, we have a lot of issues in the country, locally, regionally, internationally, that we have to address to give ourselves a chance and opportunity to move forward in the world. And our government here is focusing on how to divide the country, how to call snap election after snap election. In fact, people are saying, but wait a while now. I mean, we haven't got a proper method in how we elect the people, how our house come to an end. I mean, we know every 5 years there's an election. You could go a couple.
But somebody's asking, boss, so based on the point that you made earlier, that the correction, the information, the Constitution does not give the Prime Minister the authority to change the life of the Parliament. It is set, I guess, by the President every 5 years.
Yeah, the Constitution says that there shall be an election every 5 years. It also gives the Prime Minister the latitude that he can call an election at any time. And the reason for that, Matt, is because you have a disaster, and if you have a disaster and you need additional help to assist you, then you can go to an election to get that help. Okay, that's what it gives. If you have a situation where the government cannot function, and you feel that instead of staying there and occupy space and build bubbles and keep the country down, you can call election. It happened in the Bahamas recently.
Is it the president that should set elections or the Prime Minister?
Well, the Prime Minister is the one who asked the president to prorogue the House, to resolve the House. That's how it is. It's Prime Minister. So the president will get involved in that matter. He has to advise and so on. And this is why I said responsibility. Your rights come with responsibility. You can't be a nuisance if you're right. You cannot every 3 years, every 2.5 years, ask the president to dissolve the House, to call a new election and so on. Because what you do, you frustrate the process, and people feel as if, well, it's a joke, and therefore they're not interested.
If, for example, Bosso, that the president, in her own judgment, says maybe the commission is not ready, should she still give the permission?
Well, the commission now is what you call the referee for the election. In other words, our forefathers did not allow the parties to regulate that. They put it in the hands of a commission. And this is why the president appoints 2 persons recommended by the Prime Minister and 2 recommended by the leader of the opposition. And the president appoints the chairman, who is above the political fray. So he's not involved in the partisan business, and therefore he has a balanced head. And if they know that they are not ready for an election, in the interest of the country and democracy, they have to advise the president that we're not ready for an election, and the president will advise the Prime Minister that the commission, it happened in St. Kitts, it happened in other places, and so forth. So we're not new to that, immune to that. It happened already. Now, I'll tell you something, Matt, of coming together. In St. Vincent, the last election there are a number of laborites who formed themselves into a group that came together, solid laborites who supported Ralph, and they decided that they were giving the country a break to breathe after 25 years of one person, one party ruling. And that's how the NDP in St. Vincent became government. So in Dominica, the people of Dominica has to focus on the country, what we have gone through, where we are. Can you imagine you have a lot of young people who went to school, who are qualified, and they are in NEP cutting grass inside of the road, and it's only now the Prime Minister saying that he will make some of them permanent on the public service establishment. Only now because why? In his head.
So something went wrong with your telephone, boss. So 449-3095. We just seem to have lost you suddenly. So if you want to, give us a call, 449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3097. Stick around, Dominica. This is Q95. Coming back.
Then you must know the manufacturers of Dominica's finest rums, Belfast Estate Limited. Over 80 years leading the industry with exceptional standards and formidable customer service. We present the manufacturers of BB Rum, Soca Rum, Red Cap Rum, Cask Rum, and the signature Belfast Estate Rum Punch. With island-wide distribution daily, Belfast Estate Limited has cemented its mark as the distributor of choice for products like Eldorado range of rums and creams, Kubali Bear, Corona Bear, Guinness, Root Boy drink, and of course the Sunblast juices, Topper Snacks, Vitamalt, and Pine Hill juices. Call the office at 440-7032 or visit the distribution outlet at Jimmy Dominica. Follow on Facebook or Instagram at Belfast Estate. Belfast Estate Limited, your leading manufacturer and distributor of rums in Dominica.
Wake up, let's pop from get ready for special insultant. That's your morning the right way with good music, good food, and even better energy. And all that DJ Flip the Boss, DJ Snow, DJ Fantastic, spinning all your favorite tunes. Real in the movement champions, TK Combo. And listen, come hungry, cause on the menu we got sauce, black pudding, vegan some fish, stew pops, drop stage, chips, fish and chips, hot water, fish water, and plenty more. Drinks, music, good vibes guaranteed. And the best part, it's absolutely free. So grab your crew, bring your appetite, and start the Easter weekend the right way. Breakfast Vibes is the Saturday from 7 a.m. sharp at some special insultant. Don't miss Breakfast Vibes, powered by Adam Sam. Bring to your budgets instead of
in season two, for the second year running, the second edition of Nature Island Small Business Buzz gets bigger this season. It's a brand new season where we expect to go across the length and breadth of Dominica, taking it outside of the capital city, Roseau. Shoemaker, your farmer, your fisherman, whether you have a big business, a small business, a medium business, your abilities, your gifts, your talent. How do you survive if you fail? How do you accumulate a multiple group of businesses? Coming this Tuesday to Resumption on the 7th of April, we have a double header. Twins, because it's our second year, so we have two for the price of one. Don't miss it. Empowering the economic engine of growth in Dominica. This program enlightens, empowers from the root to the fruit, right here on the big station. Don't you miss Nature Island Small Business Bus every Tuesday from 4 to 5, every Thursday from 4 to 5. This is season two. Don't miss it. Season 2. Big Bang happens right here Tuesday, 2nd of April. A global audience awaits.
If you love Dominica, you will protect her nature. And when you protect nature, it will protect our future. Protect biodiversity and protect Dominica. Dominica for the river and the sea. Protecting biodiversity. Preserve the forest, plant a tree. Protecting biodiversity. Stop littering in the country. Protecting biodiversity. Let's keep the nature island free. Protecting biodiversity. The air depends on you and me. Protecting biodiversity. This message is brought to you by GIZ and the government of Dominica.
The Dominica Softball Cricket Association, in collaboration with the Elias Dupuy Foundation, proudly presents the Elias Dupuy Tip Ball Cricket Festival, all in honor of the late Elias Dupuy. Join us Easter Sunday and Easter Monday at the Ansdume Playing Field in the northeast of the island for 2 days of softball cricket action. Games begin 11 a.m. on Easter Sunday and 9 a.m. on Easter Monday, featuring top teams from the north and northeast of Dominica, including Benz, Peebush, Penville, Calabishi, Marigot, Wesley, Woodfordale, and Portsmouth, all competing for over $3,000 in prizes. Make this Easter one to remember with thrilling cricket, community spirit, and great entertainment. April 5th and 6th at the Ansdume Playing Field. Catch the action live on radio, Facebook, YouTube, and the television. Come out and support the Elias Dupuy Table Cricket Festival, where the Northeast will come alive with cricket. Lovely cricket.
Ooh, oh, oh, oh. KFC. Ooh, oh, KFC. Looking for some place to go. Emails for so. KFC. Grab your family and your friends. Join in the experience. KFC. It's the place to be. Made for you and me. KFC. KFC. It's finger licking good.
Shop with confidence at Court. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Court. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Oh, I just meet Goldwyn in Roseau again. Same place outside Flossie's. I tried to dock in, but he had time see me. Where? Story start again. Million, lot of my power we got, huh? Fella, I said the same thing you doing, shopping at Flossie's. And you don't have to tell me the same thing you tell me last time because I busy. It's to hear him way. You reckon? I'm in my pocket, boy. I won't tell you that I save money in food and drinks when I buy quantity. I save more. Oh, shucks, man. Well, when you're still telling me, I know already. Tu paga spete moi. But it could up here for Palais. I will tell all my friends from London, US and Dominica to come to Floss's. Right next to the Rosa Market. Open Sunday to Saturday. Floss's can't do but Tuesday. I see Goldwyn shopping for family supplies. So I ask you, what are you doing inside Bloombox? You have a farm? You tell me, that's how tell sort. I've been married 37 years. Come out my money farm. They say, no, not woman. Like land for farming crops. And then you understand, Bloombox is the most affordable on island. Knapsacks starting at only $57.71. Elsewhere, it's $300 plus. Cutlass seeds, seeding trays, nursery pots, sales of potting mix, all at way better prices than anywhere else. Fertilizers, 3-in-1 multi-tool, and so much more. Located on Federation Drive, Goodwill. Second property on the right after the Valley Link Road and on the corner of Drury Lane and Hanover Street in Roseau. Bloombox. Let's bloom together.
Bring your cooler, bring your cooler, bring your number one, number one. Make ready in Dominica, right here. When you come in the jam, you should have a baby in your hand. When you come in the band, you should have a baby in your hand. What we drinking? DBB style. DBB nice. DBB style. DBB nice. DBB style. DBB nice. DBB style. DBB nice. BB Spice Rum. It's more than just a rum. BB Spice Rum, distributed by Belfast.
All right, Dominic, it's already 9:47. We'll be connecting with a group of persons who seem to be outside of the planning division there, setting up some protest action. Yes, the same group that is up outside of Dewash on a daily basis. Some persons are there. I think some Kalinagos may be there soon. So some people are standing for Dewash outside of planning this morning. I'll try to give you an update there. Just got that information. I will share with you about 10 o'clock as to just what is really going on there outside of planning, the planning division this morning. So stick around, Dominica. We'll try to give you more information on the happenings there outside of planning just about 10 o'clock. But we'll continue to take your phone calls as it relates to the readiness of the opposition there in Dominica if an election were to be called today. Okay, thank you very much. And I will take your phone calls. The numbers are 449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3097. Do you think that the opposition is ready if an election were to be called today? We heard the leader of the United Workers' Party. take a phone call. Are you there? Yes.
Hey, Matt, morning. How you doing? I'm there, man.
How are you doing? Good, good.
Matt, to answer your question, no opposition is ready in Dominica for any election right now. The main opposing party, United Workers' Party, but they don't even have a slate of candidates. I mean, by now, people should know who are the candidates that are going to represent UWP in what constituency. They have this thing about their.
But they're saying that based on your comment, they're saying that if they identify the persons who they may want to contest various constituency or any constituency, they're having in other words, some people will suspect or may think that they will be victimized going forward.
Matt, is all or nothing. Is all or nothing. We have to put our all in this. It's not a matter of victimized, right? Everybody in Dominica is being victimized if you don't support the government. So right now is all or nothing. So what if Roosevelt Skerrit decide to call the election in the next month? Then how it is that you're going to present a candidate to people? I mean, come on, we have to be serious about this thing. And then there is this thing, people talking about opposition forces coming together. But when opposition forces come together, each of them have to be able to bring something to the table, So the United Workers' Party would have to bring to the table what number of seats it could win, and so the APP, and so the Freedom Party, and what else. And then once you do that, you decide, okay, if we are going to form an amalgam, then APP, I believe you could win in this constituency. I'm not going to run any candidate there. UWP, you I believe is strong in this constituency, and so we're not going to run it. That's how it's supposed to be, Matt. But it cannot be that each party.
I've spoken to all parties who say that that may be the strategy going forward. But maybe, as you said, it's too early to maybe speak on the same platform.
Yeah, Matt, it cannot be too early when the Prime Minister has the election date in his back pocket. It cannot be too early because you don't know when he's going to call the election. So it can never be too early, Matt. Look, Gaston Brown giving hints about an election in Antigua 18 to 24 months before the due date of election. So it's never too early, Matt. Matt instinct, it's when Douglas lost the election in 2015. Timothy Harris and Sam Conda, which were part of Douglas' government, they left the Labour Party and they formed their own party, and they joined with the People's Action Movement and the CCM. And what happened is the People's Action Movement and CCM, People's Action Movement, wherever Timothy Harris and Sam Conda run, they didn't put any candidates there. Likewise, the same thing. So there was a coming together. Now is the time for fellas to decide, okay, Joshua Francis, we believe you could win Rosa South. You're going to run there. All our efforts is going to put behind you, and you run in there. We're not putting up a candidate. Likewise, Joshua Francis have to say, okay, fellas, I'm not going to run a candidate in the Valley because Ronald Charles, we believe you have the best chance of winning there. Man, now is the time to do that. No time is too early when you don't know when the election is going to be called. If you know, like the United States, that the election is the first or the second Thursday of every the 4 years, then you know, but you don't know. So the Prime Minister would get up tomorrow and say the election is in the next month. So it's never too early. People, yes, Thompson is on the ground and whatever, but people need to see the candidates that going to represent the constituency.
So what about those who say at this time that they may be victimized, potential candidates, or maybe thinking of maybe Joshua's party or the UWP or TOP, or don't you think that they have a legitimate reason for staying away from being announced, promoted?
Matt, like I said, everybody's been victimized. Thompson Fontaine could be anywhere in the world working now, anywhere, making hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, Matt, if you're not prepared to be victimized and ostracized, Matt, and all of that, then it's not worth it. It is not worth it. If it's victimization, then that is what has to happen. That is what has to happen, Matt.
So you're saying stand for what you believe, yeah.
Stand exactly. So you victimize, so what? But there's a higher goal that you You go into that. You can't talk about victim. You don't know when the election is going to be called. People need to start presenting their candidates now. I mean, every Monday we have a program with Soso and Thompson. Thursday night the same thing. Soso and Thompson again. You're not seeing anybody else. I mean, come on, man. And then Ronald Charles, they're about to a less extent. But for the most part, every Monday night on the Facebook program, Soso and Thompson.
So is it Monday or Thursday?
Monday and Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Soso and Thompson. So I mean, come on, man. Bring the people. Let people know who it is you want to represent them, or ask the people who you want to represent them. And let's go and stop talking about this. Everybody's been victimized, Matt, once you don't support the government. I mean, come on, man. Thank you.
Thank you, making a significant point too. Hello, 956. Are you there, caller? Yes.
Yes, Madam back. In fact, when I was speaking to you, I was about to wind up. My phone just stopped. I have credit, but my credit didn't finish. I don't know what happened. But let me tell you, Mark, the question should not be whether the Prime Minister should call an election now. The question should be whether Dominicans want an election now, having spent thousands of dollars to take to Dennis Byron to carry out this investigation, present a report, and so forth. Should we not give the process a break to be completed so we can go on a new list? What we're trying to do is to correct the old list, and this is why the Prime Minister, his government, and those of them who agreed with the law in Parliament passed the law. The law was passed to correct the old law, so we cannot go back on the old voters list for an election, because the law was passed to correct the old list, because we have a population of about 60 or so plus thousand people, and our list showed in the last election over 74,000 voters. So it tells you that something is not right. So the idea was you pay a consultant to do a work on the system to correct the old list, and we should give them an opportunity. So the question should be, should Dominicans allow an election now, having paid thousands of dollars to Dennis Byron?
But so the point, I guess you may, and we're debating now, because a few people are saying that, yes, we may want change, but why are you guys not presenting the candidates for the upcoming, if anyone, election is called at any time? Where are your candidates? People wanted to see their faces. But so how do you respond to that plea?
What I would say, Matt, there are some people who can be declared early. There are some who cannot be declared early for certain reasons, and so forth. And I've seen that before. And you, Mark, you live long enough to have seen that. I have been even in other countries assisting in their politics there, in St. Lucia, in St. Kitts, in Grenada, even in Barbados. And I've seen rallies where they present a certain amount of candidates, and they have an empty chair there representing a constituency, and they say that name will be announced in due course. So it happens. So everybody can't be presented at the same time, because some people have their own challenges, they're working, and they want to resign closely to where you might see them moving around the constituency, in sports, in church, doing things around, but they're not being declared. And there are people who are doing that and so on. So people have to be realistic. You cannot declare everybody all at once, because people have their challenges. For example, I'm in politics since I was 13. I've been there up to now. And I fear no one. I do what I have to do, but there are persons who will tell you, yes, I want to get involved, but I have my mortgage, I have my lease and so on. So I have to time it, and you have to respect that and so forth. And the government, on the other hand, can give you financial support because they have what they call the incumbent advantage to do so, and so they can declare early. But you in the opposition, it would have been very nice if everybody could be declared all at once for an election that will be called when we don't know what the Prime Minister will call it and so on. Thank you, Mark.
All right, thank you very much. I think in St. Vincent, though, even if you are a teacher, or I may be wrong, I may be corrected, even if you're a teacher and you want to contest election, you'll still be given your job back, after you present yourself for the election. Maybe we should change the laws in Dominica. Hello, talk to maybe more people will be eligible to contest. Are you there, caller? Yes?
Yeah, good morning, Matt.
Morning to you. Morning.
How are you?
Hello, yes?
Matt, the question you ask, whether the opposition is ready. Who is the opposition? The opposition is two-tier. Is those that are going up for representation for the constituency and the public, right? Now, UWP, if we're talking one of the opposition,
the main opposition parties, yes,
and the most eligible opposition with a track record to lead the country is the UWP. UWP has been ready for more than 20 years, man. The people and the people has not voted them because they're talking about their prime minister. We love our prime minister. We love our party, and going down and down and down. Now, whether the people are ready, even though the UWP are ready and they were ready for 20 years and they are ready for the past 20 years, if the people are not ready to vote them in or to vote the Labour Party out, readiness is irrelevant. We have to ask the people whether they are ready, whether they want to continue taking this misery from.
But you will agree that you have to identify some of the persons who may want to contest elections going forward.
Matt, the difference with identifying people for their constituency with the Labour Party and the UWP is completely different. The correct way, and the way it has always been, and the UWP has always done it that way, is the constituency selects a person from the constituency that they feel that has done community work and that are fairly independent.
But don't you think by now the constituency branch, if you want to say it, should have already selected their candidate to make representation on their behalf?
I mean, they take time. You know, you don't push everybody. For instance, like the discussion you had with Bosso. There's some people that are working in government, and you know, if you put their name up front, what's going to happen to them? They're going to be victimized, right? And the people don't.
But the candidate, as somebody was suggesting earlier, should be fearless. If you want to do it, just do it and go with everything that you have.
Matt, there are different strategies. Matt, the people knows that the UWP are ready. The people that are asking whether UWP are ready or not are Labour Party supporters that are looking to do damage control. The UWP are ready. It's the people that has got themselves ready to say, well, enough is enough. I have taken enough of that blows. I mean, Matt, all the middle class people in this country has disappeared. Under this government, everything is gone. Whether Dominicans want to continue taking that, it's not a matter of liking Labour. You have to vote for yourself, for your future, for your children's future. What are you going to tell your grandchildren tomorrow? I left the Labour Party there because I love my Prime Minister or I love the Labour. It's not a matter of hating the Prime Minister. We don't. Lots of my friends are Labour Party people, but the way they're going on, I cannot support them in that. I love the country more. I love myself and I love my children. That is what Dominicans have to do. Dominicans have to say enough is enough. Right? We took 20 years of that. There is no sign of going anywhere. Going up is down and down and down. I mean, look now, the president asks people to tie their waist. Tie their waist with what? Man, there's no more Mahopima. All Mahopima that was in the bush dead. What you going to tie your waist for? You have nothing, absolutely nothing. You have to make a change. And change doesn't come in. Change, there's no change by itself, you know. If you want to change, you have to change it, man. It's the people that have to decide now whether I have enough and say, enough of this is enough. Let us try. Anything else is better than this government, man. Anything else. Anybody else, any party. Keep somebody. I mean, when Prime Minister Kerry came in as Prime Minister, what record he had? Absolutely none. Absolutely. They gave him a chance. And it was the wrong decision. So give somebody else a chance. Give the party with a track record a chance, right, to come back and finish do what the amount of work they did for 4.5 years.
All right, caller, thank you very much. Let's move on there. More telephone calls, more WhatsApp messages. I think if that's the way if that's the way the opposition is thinking, they're not ready for snap election. There will always be risk. I was victimized when my father was paid to fight me on every political platform. Does it make political sense to present candidates at the last minute and still be victimized? To get carried out, the risk has to be at very high cost, at any cost. Carried has all the winning cards if they remain complacent. UWP has to secure employment for the candidates after the election. How are they going to do that there? 4493095. Just a question to your statement. You said if the opposition is very confident in winning, they should secure candidates. UWP should discuss with employers to allow candidates permission to represent. Only in government, the law is against opposition candidates. When I went out in 2009, Alvin Bernard got his job back, right? Because of course the opposition, the candidate went up for the government, so hence he got his job back. Too many excuses, but about candidates waiting a month before election to represent themselves. More leverage for scary to win. Take the risk, but find best strategies to fix that. Hello, talk to him on the telephone. Yes, good morning.
Yes, good morning. And to your listeners, Matt. Matt, the person you read the last message from and the person who spoke a little earlier talking about the UWP should announce their candidate is the very same person. I don't hear nothing different. Matt, there is no reason for anybody to put their candidates out in the open for that ruthless Labour Party to tear them apart. I believe the strategy is good. Nobody should bring out the candidates because the Labour Party will do what they are accustomed of doing, tear them, rip them apart, disembowel them and everything like that. Let Roosevelt be surprised when he see.
So you're saying they should use the element of surprise?
That's the best thing at this point, at this juncture, Matt, the element of surprise. Because yesterday I spoke to somebody, about going up for the, I will not say which area, and the person is fearful, that I'm still in the system, So, and I know that person will win in that constituency, Matt. But the person is fearful that they are still in the system and do not want Roosevelt to do them what they have to do because they maybe have their loan for the house or the loan for their car or their children studying and don't want to have that disrupted by Roosevelt. So, Matt, it is the best strategy. Do not let Roosevelt know who is going up for you, Matt, or who is going up. Good morning.
All right, thank you very much. 4493095. I did tell you that I would be joining, of course, the few number of persons standing up for Dave Wash at the planning division this morning. We'll connect in a few minutes. Hello, talk to me, yes?
Yeah, good morning, Matt.
Morning to you, sir.
I've always been ready to vote for 2 dogs and a cat to take out Labour Party there. I hear people with all kinds of excuses about the party divided and this and that and that. No, once you vote for a party, they come into power. People that lose always have issues. You watch football teams, when they are losing, they have issues. When they are winning, they are happy. Now about releasing the candidates. There's no profit in doing this. You're only giving spirit or the ammunition against you. The guy said he have the calling in his back pocket. So why can't I have a card in my back pocket? Should I put all my cards on the table? You understand? When election call, and maybe the opposition have communication among them in the back channels, we don't know. But when the election call, candidates will show themselves and who will vote for where, who will go up for who, and all them things there. That will be discussed. That will be ironed out. But the opposition people, that's why everybody can be a leader, because you have to be strategic. You have to be, especially in an atmosphere of a government who have all the resources of the nation and for them. You have to know what you're doing, because you cannot just go and just say, look, all my candidates and who go in here and who go in there, who go in there. Then the man going to move his chess pieces now because you already move your chess pieces. You understand? We just have to be patient, let the opposition do their thing. We can give our opinion, but we just have to be patient because it's easy to be outside, to criticize, to give your opinion, think you're right. And if everybody was right, Labour Party wouldn't be there for 25 years. It's not an easy road. But let the people release the candidates. Last time Kerry had his election, he made a platform, and that's when we saw all the new candidates to replace the old ones. He didn't do it in advance. But they want to just throw all your cards on the table and let us go. Boom. No, things doesn't work like that. Things will work at appropriate time. As he said, Kerry had the election in his back pocket. He did the election in his back pocket. the opposition should have a card in their back pocket. We can't just give everything away.
All right, caller. Thank you very much. Your point made. 10, 10, 10. Yes, 3 minutes fast. It's 10:07.
Matt,
Let's go this route.
confirmation ça, c'est un bagay pour yo voler en election. Because Labour Party member seulement candidat. Ou pas savoir ça. Labour Party member seulement candidat. La pas de personne qui est neutrale. Tout le monde, c'est yo ka garder pour moun Labour seulement because we think il est volé, il est pour election mais mon ka fait ça, election ça c'est un diamant ça. Il a tellement tout ça, ça chose ça il est. Di fait. Ani di fait ou que ça qui a passé. Mat les moun qui ne pou pas pour vote monsieur dehors. Monsieur le ou mette Thompson fait bien pas mettre pièce candidat dehors. Pièce candidat. Monsieur yo ni pour mettre d'accord yo ka tirer gouvernement ça là parce que c'est mal te gouvernement ça ka mène ba yo. Et ben pas que jamais di vote depuis moun Dominique ou même ma frère spell de junior. Si on est de ça sont honte de on là. Pièce candidat pas pour sortir dehors là. Impossible. Moun Dominique qui ne peut pas dire yo ka tirer monsieur là. Yo la ka faire joujou c'est mal te et mal et pas jamais devant. Mon regarde ça ou même sous même mal ka we ko ça ka end up. So là on parle jouer des bagages là mon ka ça pour faire.
I am Maxa. Hello on the telephone. 10:12. Yes, as I said, I'll be joining a few voices there. The outside of planning, there's some action taking place there on the hill on the Monbros. Hello, talk to me. Yes, are you there?
Mr. President,
Yes, are you there?
the whole thing I see that is taking place is fear. FEAR, that followed with death. But many people have gone through those things and it was fear. And they make their way off and they stand up. You can beat fear. When you have fear torments and it gives you problems that you do not even know. But if you make up your mind to put fear where fear is supposed to be, you will overcome. In the Old Testament, Moses was afraid. God said, go I with you. Joshua was afraid. He said, be strong, be courage. So I believe there, what some people are waiting for is for them to say who is their candidate, and maybe they will come in to vote for that and vote. But what if an election we call no, and you haven't had people in place yet? What's going to happen? Yes, and what is going to happen? We won't have nobody to really stand up to go to ministry to maybe sing. So what I believe there is fear there, and they need to put people in place, whether you don't announce it yet or put people in place. So if something will take place, instantly you know where you stand. You understand? So that's what I believe. Fear is the problem, and the people have not heard who is going to come in, and they're still afraid of the election to come in.
All right, thank you. Somebody says, Matt, a candidate cannot be a secret. And time is of the essence right now, okay? Time is crucial. So no candidate should be a secret. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Are you there? Yes. Are you there? Caller. Caller, are you there? Caller, no, you're not there. All right. Move on. And the earlier you put your candidates out there is the best, huh? Strategy again. Another strategy. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Are you there, caller? Yes.
Good morning, my brother. How are you?
Good morning to you. Is that Packet?
That's absolutely the attitude, of course. Let me ask a general question. Do you think that the Prime Minister have all his candidates ready for election? Do you think so? Happens?
I think he may have. He may replace a few from what I'm gathering. He may replace a few.
Because that's interesting. He does. That's why I asked this question. You know, whether he has all his candidates in place. And my situation, Mark, is if the people of this country think and believe and knows that the government needs to change, they will go all out to change the government. I remember history 50 years ago Michelle was in power, when she was in power, and many people said that they wanted to change. And there was a change in Dominica. People went out and vote. So I am not seeing where that should be much of a problem for making the candidates public or not. And what the people of the country needs to do is to make up their minds, stop being politically biased, make up their mind that if there's a need to change the government, that they go out and change the government, whether you are living or not. I'm of the opinion. And not only that, but let us assume that the Prime Minister election is back pocket and he wants to call a snap election. The law makes provision for the people of the country to file an injunction against that. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
So we can file an injunction against that if per chance before the confirmation process is ended. And let us still call a snap election. We can do that. That is why we're giving the Prime Minister so much pressure. Because that can be done. So what the people of the country have to do, the electors, is to prepare themselves to vote for or against a government. As simple as that.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Packet. Thank you. It's 10:16, as I said. I'll be joining a group standing for debauch outside of Parliament, not Parliament, planning this morning. Somebody says, man, our goal is to get the DLP out. No matter who the candidates are, we cannot put all our cards on the table because of victimization. The goal is to get the DLP off. Hello, talk to me, yes? Uh-huh.
Hey, Matt, good morning.
Morning to you, sir.
Matt, I trying to understand the people of Dominica. The people of Dominica believe in, well, like they don't know what is happening. Matt, do you remember when Mona Williams was launched for the candidate on St. Joseph? She was working for Matt?
Mm-hmm.
Matt, do you know what happened to Mona Williams?
Mm-hmm.
She was fired from Clare Harbor when she declared as a candidate in St. Joseph. So, Matt, we know what is happening. The United Workers' Party is ready for any election that is called right now in Dominica. So it's not because the United Workers' Party haven't launched the candidate to believe that we have candidate. We have our candidate in place. All Ruth Baskerville has to do is make a mistake and call the election. And then he will know what's coming for him. We have our candidate. So it's not because we're not declaring our candidate because we don't want them to be victimized, because we know exactly what is happening. So what he have to do is make a mistake and call the election. And then the people of Dominica will know whether we have candidate or we have candidate. You understand? So the people that we believe in that we are not ready for election, whether we ready for an election. Anytime Ruth Baskerville called the bell, the United Workers' Party is ready for the election. We're not backing up. We're ready to take him out. And this is the Vice President of the United Workers' Party that is speaking. We're ready for Ruth Baskerville that anytime he calls an election, it will be the last election he will be calling. But the next election that we will be calling will be called by Dr. Thompson Fountain. Man, have a good morning.
Thank you. Very confident executive member there of the United Workers' Party. Matt, one of the best options for the opposition is to skillfully place candidates who are more likely to win their seats. All opposition parties must not put candidates everywhere. Exactly what the caller just said. But everyone is victimized and not many options left. What about the commissioners, James and Chillenford, leading the charge together with the opposition leaders? Will they not get the support needed from the masses for fair election process? America is still watching. Madam, listening to all of these callers, the question, have any one of them ever run a campaign or won an election? There has to be strategy in moving forward. An early declaration of the candidate is never a good strategy. The people must stand ready and be prepared to vote for change. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Are you there? Yeah.
Yeah, greetings, Matt. I'm here.
Yes, I
listened to the conversation first. I listened to you and Mr. Fountain. And I think Mr. Fontaine's rationale is quite reasonable. You know, whereas it might be the ideal thing to declare who your candidates are presently, he outlined exactly why they aren't presented. And if we are living in Dominica and we understand the way Dominica politics operates, and we are true and reasonable with ourselves, we understand exactly what he's saying. You understand? And if we as a people, we want to vote the government out, it doesn't matter at what hour the candidates are presented, we will do what we have to do. So these things to me are just excuses, and these things to me they don't hold water, for lack of a better expression. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you too. Thank you. Thank you. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back, Dominica. We have to join our friends there from outside of planning this morning.
Association
They
in
come back.
collaboration with the Elias Duby Foundation proudly presents the Elias Duby Tape Ball Cricket Festival, all in honor of the late Elias Duby. Join us Easter Sunday and Easter Monday at the Ansdume playing field in the northeast of the island for 2 days of softball cricket action. Games begin 11 a.m. on Easter Sunday and 9 a.m. on Easter Monday, featuring top teams from the north and northeast of Dominica, including Benz, Faybush, Penville, Calabishi, Marigot, Wesley, Woodford Hill, and Portsmouth, all competing for over $3,000 in prizes. Make this Easter one to remember with thrilling cricket, community spirit, and great entertainment. April 5th and 6th at the Ansdume playing field. Catch the action live on radio, Facebook, YouTube, and television. Come out and support the Elias Duby Table Cricket Festival, where the Northeast will come alive with cricket. Lovely cricket.
Saturday, April 4th. Wake up, let's pop from Sunday shop. Get ready for Breakfast Vibes. It's Breakfast Vibes. All happening at Super Special in Sultan. That's your morning the right way with good music, good food, and even better energy. And all that DJ Fit the Boss, DJ Snow, DJ Fantastic, spinning all your favorite tunes. All the performance, Real, and the movement champion TK Combo. And listen, come hungry, cause on the menu we got subs, black pudding, vegan sunfish, stew pops, drop stage, fish and chip, hot water, fish water, and plenty more. Drinks, music, good vibes, guaranteed. And the best part, it's absolutely free. So grab your crew, bring your appetite, and start the Easter weekend the right way. Breakfast Vibes is the Saturday from 7 a.m. sharp at Summer Special in Sultan. Don't miss Breakfast Vibes. It's powered by Adams.
This morning feeling real sick. I had temptations to call it sick, but I end up in Charlie's pharmacy. And don't in the street, I listen some my immune system. Me feeling fit and strong now. I'm ready to work like it on any mission. If you see me walking, Charlie's pharmacy is number one. Charlie's walking. We can't talk about me one. Charlie's walking. It's up the immune system. Charlie's walking. Yo, Dominic, it's about Father Box. Whenever I'm in town and I'm feeling down, I head to Johnny's Pharmacy. They boost me up real quick. Johnny's Pharmacy, leading the way in healthcare.
All right, Dominica, we're here. And before we move on to the planning division and some action taking place there, we want to talk to Trudy Christian, officer in charge of the Dominica State College. It was reported yesterday that a telephone was stolen from a student. Even before that, we heard the two masked men were at the State College yesterday, but I suspect we have to dismiss that report. But we have Trudy Christian, of course, the officer in charge of the college, to tell us just what happened yesterday there, and some people have been concerned and talking about it. Trudy, good morning to you. How are you doing?
Good morning to you, Matt, and good morning to the listeners of 95 FM and the listeners of your program. Interesting that I have to be on radio for this particular thing, but of course, I'll use the opportunity to speak to other things as well.
Sure.
But Matt, I am sitting currently here at work at the Dominica State College, and we did have an unfortunate incident yesterday where a student was robbed of his cell phone. However, they're different. They're varying versions of the incident in the public domain, and I think it's a good opportunity for me and those of us in authority at the State College to have some dialogue with the general public about, the realities of the college. The student, the cell phone was stolen yesterday, despite there being security personnel on campus, and the State College is constantly serviced by security officers who do their best. The campus is extremely large, and there are some areas of campus where we try to have students avoid because they're particularly isolated. And so the incident did happen in one such area. However, we have attempted to address the situation. Reports were filed with the police, and investigations continue into that act of robbery or theft that occurred yesterday at the Dominica State College. It is an incident that has made it in the public domain, despite many incidents, being averted on a regular basis that will never make it, into the public domain. But I do want to also implore to the general public and people who have students at the State College that there is a specific aspect of safety and security that we try to implement, and that is our enforcement of our uniform rules. A lot of people don't understand why students should be able to be recognized as State College students, but it's for specific safety reasons. We have security on duty all the time, but if students are not discernible by what they wear or by carrying their ID, it is particularly possible for an intruder to get into the campus. The campus has certain areas that's porous, and people can attain access. So I just want to use this opportunity as well to explain and dialogue that there is a reason why we try to enforce the uniform rule at the State College. It is to allow us to identify our students, to identify who should be on campus and who should not be on campus. And so if there is the chance that someone is on campus who should not be, the security can deal with that as soon as they observe it. Right. So I just want to, put that in their math as well as one of these problems that we have been experiencing, some sort of resistance to the uniform policy.
But can I speak specifically to the incident, because I'm being told, it was reported that the person or persons who entered the college yesterday and did this act there was wearing a mask. Is that correct?
The report did include that the person's face was obscured through some sort of blockage. So what they were wearing, I am not sure, but the report was that their face was blocked.
So the person just made off with a cell phone?
Yes.
Well, I of course I take your word of caution there that students should be very careful as well there.
Yes, of course. And of course, observe the rules that are put in place for their own safety as well. But the college is very empathetic to the situation, the students to whom this occurred. And as I said, we have been following through with the necessary investigative methods. The police came in, to try to resolve the incident and get some resolution to what occurred yesterday.
And let's take something positive. I know the debates, you're in charge of the debate. Something is going on there for the next, will happen in the next 2 weeks, a big debate planned, the finals. Let's talk about that.
Yes, Matt, I've been wanting to talk about that for a while, but the intersecondary schools debating competition moves into the finals on April 14th. We have two schools, the Dominica Grammar School and the Wesley High School, who have made it all the way through to the finals. And of course, they should be very proud of that. And on the 14th of April, those two schools will be debating whether Dominica should amend its Sexual Offences Act to allow limited publication of the identities of accused sexual offenders in the public interest. This, of course, Matt, is something I've heard discussed at length on your program. And so the young people will have the opportunity on the 14th of April to, in a disciplined way, in an organized fashion, to debate the pros and cons of making the identities of sexual offenders known in the public interest if they are accused. And so that's what is going on, and that's what we look forward to in about 2 weeks' time.
So how has been the debate there for, the semifinals and those before that? A very good year?
Very good year, very good year. We saw buy-in this year from quite a few entities and private businesses. We saw the Dominica Social Security adopt, if you would call it so, the semi-final round. And the students in the semi-final round debated the two topics very particular to the Dominica Social Security. One, as it relates to unemployment benefits and whether these should be instituted in the Social Security system. And another one, as it relates to informal employment, posing a greater challenge to Social Security than unemployment. So the semi-finals did go quite well, and the round before that, round 2, went very well as well, and the first round in January also went well. So now what we see is that all the schools who participated, 12 schools in total, they have been whittled down to 2 schools left standing, the Dominica Grammar School and the Wesley High School.
All right, looking forward. What date is that debate?
April 14th, so that's a Tuesday. It will be at Truth and Grace Fellowship Global there, and it will be at 10:30 a.m. So I will always remind the general public as the date draws nearer of the debate finals. It's supposed to be a big one.
Congratulations again, doing a great job. Thank you very much, Trudy. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt.
Bye-bye. When we come back, we'll be talking with our person standing for the wash outside of planning this morning. Stick around.
If you know quality, then you must know the manufacturers of Dominica's finest rums, Belfast Estate Limited. Over 80 years leading the industry with exceptional standards and formidable customer service. We present the manufacturers of BB Rum, Soca Rum, Red Cap Rum, Cask Rum, and the signature Belfast Estate Rum Punch. With island-wide distribution daily, Belfast Estate Limited has cemented its mark as the distributor of choice for products like Eldorado range of rums and creams, Kubali Bear, Corona Bear, Guinness, Root Boy Drink, and of course the Sunblast Juices, Tapas Snacks, Vitamalt, and Pine Hill Juices. Call the office at 440-7032 or visit the distribution outlet at Jimmy Dominica. Follow on Facebook or Instagram at Belfast Estate. Belfast Estate Limited, your leading manufacturer and distributor of rums in Dominica.
Shop with confidence at Court. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Court. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Bryce and Company Limited. We manufacture high-quality roofing sheets, 24 gauge in different colors, also to customer specifications. That's right, whatever length you want. Aluminum seamless guttering. We also sell BRC mesh, steel rods in all sizes, breach caps, fencing wire, and fencing poles. Free estimate for guttering, galvanized sheets, and fencing wire. Quality products at the lowest prices island-wide. Bryce and Company Limited, located at Caneville Industrial Site, Shed 1A, just before the Old Mill Cultural Center. Call us today at 617-2468 or 615-0178. Bryce and Company Limited, built for living, built for life.
Introducing Johnny's Pharmacy, brand new website, www.johnny's.gm. It's your time to jump the line. Shop now at johnny's.gm and have your items delivered in the comfort of your office. No more standing in line. No need to use your lunch hour to shop. Hassle-free shopping, safe and secure. Johnny's.gm features rush delivery, 1 hour. In-store pickup, regular delivery, 5 p.m. Cut-off time, 4 p.m. It's your time to jump the line. www.johnny's.gm. Johnny's Pharmacy, leading the way in healthcare.
All right, we'll have to connect with our friends there outside of planning sometime later this morning, maybe about 11 o'clock. Give you an update as to just what is taking place outside of planning. Folks, they're standing for the wash. We'll let you know what's going on. But our friend there, of course, from Flo is here to tell us all about the big promotions there. And then we'll conclude at 11. Thank you.
Flow makes your next phone upgrade easy. Add postpaid to your internet plan and score a Samsung Galaxy for as low as $33 a month. It's the smartest way to an interest-free premium phone upgrade. Don't let anything stand between you and that new phone feeling. Step into your upgrade with confidence. Visit us in store and sign up today. We keep your rhythm flowing. Terms and conditions apply. Bundle and watch $98 flow back into your pocket. It's simple. Just add mobile to broadband and save big with Flow. Get fiber fast Wi-Fi at home and all the data you need on the go. We've got you covered everywhere. So what are you waiting for? It's connection times 2 and up to $98 in savings for you. Add mobile to broadband today and take your connection to the next level. Visit in-store or online at discoverflow.co for more details.
An easy way to pay.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
Yeah.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you this morning?
Good morning. I'm having a great day. How are you, Matt?
Trying my best.
As we all do. Saying good morning to the lovely customers of Q95 Radio, to my colleagues who are normally tuned in, saying special good morning to Verna. I know you're normally tuned in our finance department, and to our technicians who are on the field, serving our customers, connecting them, and keeping their rhythm flowing. Good morning to you, our customers in waiting, everyone who is tuned in via social. Big up everyone who is tuned in via Facebook, radio, and the rest. Good morning again. This is Francine Havjajak, Marketing and Communications Executive at Flow Dominica. And of course, once I'm here, it's just to share all the amazing things that are happening at Flow. We are already approaching, we are at the last day of March 2026. Already, the year just started, and we're already here. But we're saying hello to April in a big way. We know April, it's all about Easter fun and all the other activities. So of course, here at Flow Dominica, of course, we commit to be there with you throughout every season, throughout every moment that keeps your rhythm flowing. And we're doing just that as we head into the month of April. So, to all our listeners here, stay tuned because of course, I'll be more than happy to share some of the exciting things happening. But of course, we do want to start off with, of course, our rhythm upgrade. Many customers have been asking about it. So before we go into what Easter looks like here in Dominica, we do want to share more details. So again, last month, we launched a very exciting addition to our services, our suite of services that we offer here in Dominica. And that is our rhythm handset upgrade. And basically, in layman terms, it's just a higher purchase option for our customers to be able to upgrade their handsets without having to fit the full amount for the handset. So it's very, very simple. Firstly, you must be a Flow customer, of course. You must be a customer with our internet services or a bundled customer. So our internet customers, of course, when you add mobile, you bundle up. You're able to request or choose any handset that is available. We have up to the S25. Very soon, we'll be introducing the S 26. Okay, you choose. So when you add mobile, you bundle your services, you choose a handset, and you have 24 months to pay off that handset. So you don't need to think of getting a loan or whatever it is to be able to get a handset. You can simply go ahead, choose your handset, and of course, you have 24 months. There is a down payment, but it's no interest. So the down payment is 23% of that handset. So whatever that handset costs, so let's say, for example, you have a handset that is about $100, then you know that you're going to pay, let's say, about $30. So you pay 23% onto that handset, and of course you have 24 months to pay off the remainder of the handset. Of course, you can pay off that handset in under 24 months, like any hire purchase option, right? So you can choose to settle for the monthly payments, and they're as low as $33 a month. Okay, you pay that every month throughout the 2 years, or you can pay more when you can. So if there's a particular month, let's say you can pay $50, then that's going to allow you to pay off that handset in a quicker time span. Okay, so this is for our existing customers, internet customers who've added mobile. So you add mobile and you get to upgrade your handset with paying very low monthly installments. To our existing customers who are already bundled. So if you're a customer, you already have our internet, you already have our mobile service. That means you're enjoying 35% off your mobile bill every month. For these customers, you don't need to add any services. You simply need to choose your handset. You choose your handset, you pay the 23% down payment, it's interest free, and you have 2 years to pay off that handset. So, Matt, we're just taking the opportunity to explain our Rhythm handset upgrade a bit more, and to provide some clarity to our customers.
What type of phones are available?
Any phone, any Samsung phone or ZTE, you get to choose. Okay. The phone that you select, it determines your monthly payment. So for example, we have handsets as low as $33 a month. But if you go for an S25, Matt, and very soon we'll be launching the S26. If you go for those handsets, then of course, your monthly payment is going to be a bit more. So it's very simple. We said that it's all about bundling. And of course, we're rewarding our customers who've already bundled. And if you are not one of our customers who've bundled your services, then you do have that opportunity. When you add mobile, you get, of course, to choose your handset and be able, to get a phone upgrade, but at ease. You don't have to think of getting a big amount up front. You don't have to think of getting a loan. You don't have to scratch your head or burst the budget. We're meeting you where it counts. Here at Flow, we're allowing our customers the convenience to upgrade their handsets, but without the hassle. So again, a lot of customers have been asking, a lot of customers have been coming into the store and have been interested in this new initiative. And we're so happy to introduce this to the Dominica market, Matt, because of course we always say that we keep our ears to the ground.
So you listen to your fans.
We listen to our fans. We listen to our customers. We listen to the things that they say that they wanted. And we're really happy, after sitting down and discussing the best way we can roll this out. I'm really happy. Last month,
someone is asking whether iPhones are available.
iPhones, not right now, but so up to the Samsung, the S25, we do not have the iPhone included, but that may change very soon. But right now, you have up to the highest Samsung handset that we have. So that's a really good question because you didn't ask earlier all handsets. So all handsets except the iPhone. Okay, you still can. I mean, if you're looking to get an iPhone, because the setup and functionalities of the iPhones are a little bit different, we weren't able to include it into this initiative, but we are looking at how we do so. We know Apple can be a little bit difficult and different in regards to its systems and functionalities. Okay, but all other handsets, from the lowest handset, lowest priced handset to the S25, you can simply choose your handset and of course enjoy that Rhythm upgrade. Okay, so if you want to get more information or you have any questions regarding of course this new initiative, you can. Someone is asking about a handset, Matt.
Yeah, and I'll repeat that message on my phone there. Somebody, I want them to,
Okay.
while I say, hey,
Matt, I want her to give me a quote on the Samsung S25 Ultra. I want to know how much it is. I want to buy my niece one and pay for the monthly thing there. So tell her to give her a figure on that.
Okay, no problem. I don't have the S25 Ultra exactly. Of course, the pricing in front of me, but the S25 by itself is $127 a month.
Okay.
The Ultra is normally just a bit more expensive. So, I mean, we can, of course, look into that exact figure for you, but it's just going to be, let's say, about a 150 over about 160 or so. Because the S25, of course, once you get that handset, it's $127 that you pay every month. Okay, so again, I don't have the handset list in front of me, but if you're interested, you can visit any of our locations. That's our experience center in Roseau. You can visit Deepex Color Lab, Cabrit's agencies in Portsmouth, Club DVD in Marigot, of course. You can send us a WhatsApp message at 275-3569. You could call customer care at 1-800-804-2994. So you have numerous ways you can get in contact with us. Once you choose your handset, whatever that value of that handset is, you pay 23% upfront. Okay, that's your down payment, and then you spread the balance across 24 months. You can also choose, if you don't want to commit to 24 months, you can choose, well, hey, I would like 6 months, or I would like a year. We're happy to work with you in that regard, but we're really happy to introduce this initiative to the Dominica market, the first telecoms provider to provide this option. And we just encourage all our customers, use the opportunity. Many customers, I've seen the phone, sometimes it's in a bad state, but you just don't have the funds, Matt, at the time to be able to purchase a handset among the other priorities. So we're making it easy for you. $33, as low as $33 a month. You can get a handset, and of course, you enjoy your services. To all the customers who are asking, read the billing. Again, the price, the cost for the handset, it adds to your bill. Okay, so it's not that if you get the handset today, the only thing you pay up front is your down payment. When your bill comes out at the end of the month, if you have, let's say, for example, our bundled service, it would be $189.75 for your
Okay.
bundle, plus the $33, of course, every month onto your bill. So it's easy as ABC, but I'm really happy to take a moment, Matt, and we'll take a short break. I'm happy to take a moment just to explain this, because of course, when we come up with this initiative, these offers, we do it for our customers. And it's very important that we use mediums like these, Matt, to ensure that we don't only say that we're doing something, but we explain to our customers how it works and how they can get the best value.
you put your money where your mouth is.
Of
Okay,
course.
thank you. We're going to come back, Dominic, after this.
Flow makes your next phone upgrade easy. Add postpaid to your internet plan and score a Samsung Galaxy for as low as $33 a month. It's the smartest way to an interest-free premium phone upgrade. Don't let anything stand between you and that new phone feeling. Step into your upgrade with confidence. Visit us in store and sign up today. We keep your rhythm flowing. Terms and conditions apply. Bundle and watch $98 flow back into your pocket. It's simple. Just add mobile to broadband and save big with Flow. Get fiber fast Wi-Fi at home and all the data you need on the go. We've got you covered everywhere. So what are you waiting for? It's connection times 2 and up to $98 in savings for you. Add mobile to broadband today and take your connection to the next level. Visit in-store or online at discoverflow.co for more details.
Easy way to pay.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
You're on
Flow.
Bundle and watch $98 flow back into your pocket. It's simple. Just add mobile to broadband and save big with Flow. Get fiber fast Wi-Fi at home and all the data you need on the go. We've got you covered everywhere. So what are you waiting for? It's connection times 2 and up to $98 in savings for you. Add mobile to broadband today and take your connection to the next level. Visit in-store or online at discoverflow.co for more details.
All right, back to you.
Yes, all right. So, of course, you heard all about our Rhythm Upgrade. We only have 10 minutes left. The time flies by when you're having good conversation, Matt. But, of course, I started off with mentioning that we're at the end of March, heading into April. That means Easter. And I'm happy to announce that all our amazing offers, we're going to be carrying them over. We had quite a few customers who came in last week for the free handset. Okay. Some were able to get, some weren't able to get, but the good news is we're fully back in stock. So we've extended our offers.
So you have more today, huh?
Yes, we have more. You see, the thing is, Matt, I came here first week in March,
Okay.
right? And I urged our customers, come on down, take advantage of the offer. Once you bundle, a free handset is yours. Matt, you were right here, I told them to rush on down. Last week,
And they rushed.
so, they were rushing too late. So do not get left behind. Remember our offers, especially once it includes a device, it's until stocks last. So you need to ensure that you sign up and you take advantage. Do not call Francine to say, Francine, you need to do something for me. You need to find a laptop somewhere or a phone somewhere or whatever it is. Okay, Francine is making the effort to be here and tell you early, especially our lovely customers at Q95. So great news. Our offers are extended. We're back in stock. So of course, when our existing internet customers, remember you add mobile. When you add mobile, you're consolidating your services onto one bill. Okay. That bill, of course, when you take our internet and mobile, it's only $189.75 and you get a free handset.
A phone call. Hello.
Phone
Good
call.
morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mrs. Zazak, Francila Zazak, the young lady with the white sparkling teeth like Mervyn John Baptist. Marlene, I will call you Francil. How are you?
Francine, not Francil. Francil.
Well, you see, Marlene can call me whatever she wants, Good morning. Good morning, Marlene.
Good morning. I call you to tell you you are doing a fantastic job. Keep up the good work. I'm giving you your flowers when you're alive, not when you're dead. You're working.
I appreciate you,
working,
Marlene.
my
I
girl.
appreciate
You
the
are
feedback.
Worker of the Year. My girl, I call you at any time when I read you. Okay? Take care and I wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
Off I go.
Number one, Marley number one. Off I go. Boom.
Boom. Thank you, Marlene. Oh, we have so many amazing customers.
All right. So somebody's asking the question there.
Okay.
Good morning, Matt. I am listening to the promotion. You don't have to have the service. If you don't have the service, how can you benefit?
Okay.
I wish to get a phone.
Well,
That's interesting.
it's an interesting question, but unfortunately, for this particular offer, it's only for existing Flow customers, right? And we came up with this specifically, Matt, because our customers have been saying they want more, right? And we want to ensure that there's offers and there's initiatives that are created only for our customers, so that our customers get to feel and enjoy the value of being part of the family. So I'm so sorry that this offer does not extend to new customers. But of course, when you join the family, you can bundle up. And after, of course, a year of being with us, then of course we can have that conversation. But nonetheless, I will say though, we are very understanding as a company. So even outside of the promotions we normally have, I normally advise persons, maybe you don't qualify or your situation is unique. Come to us. right? So we have a lovely team at our retail store and our partner locations. Big up to Roderick Blaise and the rest of the team in the retail space. They will work with you. I can attest to that. I mean, I've had so many customers who would come to me and say, well, I don't qualify for this, but what can you do for me? And they will help you. Okay, so for these unique situations, I would say visit our retail store and allow our team to sit with you. Maybe you can't, of course, benefit from the 2-year span, but we can work something out that allows you to stay connected and get what you need to enjoy the best value with Flow. Okay, so to that customer, please visit us any location and we'll be happy to look into that for you. But this promotion is only for existing Flow customers because we say we're putting our money where our loyalty is, right? Matt, we only have 4 minutes. You know what? I need to rally. You see, the phones are going. Matt, you need to give me 2 hours one day.
We should consider that. Let's take a phone call. Are you there? Yes.
Hi, good morning, Francine.
Morning. Yes.
Francine, I want my balloons hang up in the store because I get so used to coming to Flow and popping my balloons. Can you put back my balloons for me in the air so I can pop and win my goodies at Flow? Matt, we Flow, we don't switch, we never switch.
That is it. I love it. Okay, noted. I'm going to take note of that.
The
You want
balloons.
you see, I try to be innovative. Every month we try to do something different.
Okay.
Okay, so it's Easter. Hint, hint. I have some eggs that our customers can win from. But that's all I'm going to say for now because we really don't have much time. But to that customer, that caller, we can definitely, relook, pop the balloon, and we will do that just for you. Okay, but Marlin called Matt last week. We had a really good time at the retail store with our karaoke. Customers have been asking for us to continue the karaoke. I will try my best. But the final karaoke is scheduled for not this Friday as it's a holiday. Next week, Friday. Okay, and on that day, we're going to have so many exciting things. We have quite a few partners for the season. DJ Slim, of course, is hosting Drink with Intent. So we're really happy to support that. Of course, there is Blossom Dominica with an extravagant, of course, fashion show. And that Big Up Finesse, of course, and all the organizers who's part of that event. Lily Octave is also having Jazz and Dine. And so we're really happy to support that as well. And next week, Friday, of course, is your opportunity to get some free tickets to all of these events. So stay tuned, okay? Stay tuned. Do not miss out. Well, Drink It with Intent is going to be happening a little bit earlier. So customers who sign up, you do get a chance to win a ticket to that event. But the other events, next week, Friday, we're going to be at the Flow Experience Center. And we have a heap of Bacchanal just for you. Of course, when you say Bacchanal, my face is right next to it, Matt. I believe in excitement. I always try to make things exciting for our customers. So look out for that. Okay, you all asked for more karaoke, and we're definitely looking into that. But the final karaoke is scheduled for next week, Friday. So come sing along and carry your own flow. Maybe Matt might join us, and sing a tune or two. You never know, Matt.
You never know.
You have your fans, Matt. So you should make your way down.
I'm a karaoke guy. So
okay.
I'll impress you.
Okay.
Let's see if we can take a phone call. Are you there? Yes? Oh, sorry about that. Hello, talk to me quickly. Yeah?
This is Francis Calmat. I was singing and I also dancing with Flo. So tell him that advertise me. Boom.
So Marlin came by.
Really?
Marlin wasn't aware we had karaoke, but Marlin ended up in the store. And in no time, Marlin had a mic, and we had a really good time. We danced. We enjoyed ourselves last week, Friday.
I would like to see that.
That was good. So, look out, stay tuned. You might see a clip or two via our page. But guys, I really just have 1 minute left. And in closing, I just want to remind everyone to stay connected with Flow. Of course, pay your bills in full and on time so you remain connected. Remember, there's so many options to pay your bills. At the Flow stores, you have your banking system like Mo Banking, of course, and the other banking platforms, the credit unions, and so on. You also have Fast Pay via our website. You have SurePay, and big up Mrs. Burton, and the rest of the team at SurePay as well, allowing our customers another avenue to settle their bills. But we're ending March, we're opening April in a big way, and this is Flow, your telecoms provider of choice. Always happy to bring you the best deals, the best offers, and the best entertainment as well. Because for us, it's more than just services; it's an experience. It was lovely being here. I wish we had more time. Don't worry, I'm gonna rally our lovely customers and fans. You need to rally. Tell Q95, hey, you need to give Flo an hour. But thank you, Matt, for now, and ciao to everyone. Have a wonderful week.
Happy Easter.
Thank you. You too.
All right, take care now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Make a big difference, then you can trust me. Not just where you should be. That is JP Mega. The one-stop shopping on me, nigga. You could be shopping and having fun. If you're not happy, if you're so sharp. It's a to everyone. What a happy place. Oh, JP Mega. The one-stop shopping on me, nigga. You could be shopping and having fun. It's a to everyone. What a happy place. Oh, what a happy place. But just click some more any item and you automatically qualify for a discount. Check us out at the Mega Store in Fongole where there's lots of parking on Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. On Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. JP Mega, the best family shopping experience.
A very busy morning here this morning. As I promised you, I'll be joining via the telephone a group of patriots for Debouche, I call them. They are gathered outside of the planning division up there in the Monbrose area. I want to really know what they're standing for this morning. Mr. Jerry Brisbane, how are you doing, sir? How are you?
Good morning, Matt. Good morning to your listeners.
Yes, good morning, sir. What is actually taking place as we speak outside of the planning division there in Monbrose?
Yeah, well, not interesting because, we just have a contingent of police come. But everything is nice. The police are friendly, but yeah. We don't know what changed. It was quite nice and calm this morning, and then all of a sudden something was changed. But everything is there. Interestingly enough, Matt, one of the officers, we just chatting and he's asking what we're doing here. Because this is a day wash. And so, I laughed at that because I didn't understand how he himself couldn't understand that we're in front of the planning division. And then the planning obviously has a lot of influence over what happened in day wash, Matt. So we got into nice little talk. And basically, Matt, obviously I told him the reason we are here is because the planning board, Matt, is meeting at this point in time. So they have convened a meeting very quickly, right after the submissions were put forward to them yesterday, closed yesterday. And, we are getting information that they are planning to make a quick decision probably on the outcome of the wash. So, obviously, as citizens, it's in our right and interest to peacefully gather, which is what we're doing. So, again, let our voices be heard and our presence be felt. And that's exactly what we're doing. We have officers taking pictures and stuff right now and checking stuff, which is nice, So, but basically that's it.
The
So
board
so
is in session right
so
now.
so, so besides you standing, how many people are there as we speak?
Probably about 30 people.
30
But
people.
numbers don't make a difference, Matt. We catered for that because, again, we didn't announce it. We obviously just wanted to come peacefully. And, the people who choose to, they came, and that's what we're doing. But all we're doing right now is setting the platform and the foundation for those who choose to build and stand. Then also the foundation to do that. Things need to change in this country. This thing about people, the authorities and the leadership just taking away the independence of all these institutions in the country and making everything, obviously, the dictate of theirs has to stop. Otherwise, this country is doomed to fail. And that's what we've been seeing. That's why all these problems are taking place in the country, in all different areas. So we will continue to stand engaged and do what it is we feel that we want to do and what we choose to do. That's basically it.
That's basically it. So you're saying, as we speak, just to reiterate, the board is meeting in emergency session, right, as we speak. Yes.
Yeah, the board is meeting, Matt, and I want to just call the names of the board members so people know who they are.
Okay.
And it's so people are aware, because you see all of that is kind of being held in secret and everything else. So we want people to know who are the people making the decision and going to make the decision.
Okay.
And should make the right decision. Obviously, I hope that they will listen to their spirit. Because now there's just been so much submissions. In fact, there are probably about 20 plus submissions by individuals. Probably historic, because I don't think the planning has ever, in its maybe recent history, had any level of submissions like that with all kind of, technical flaws and different things with this ESI that has been, the ESIs that have been brought forward. They're just so flawed. You could tell very clearly that these things are just been vitae. And I guess later, Gary, this afternoon at 1:30, Gary and Janelle will be on your thing, and they will explain more of that. But not just let me quickly say and if you'd like to talk to anybody else, I think that's fine. But the board members of the planning are Mrs. Carlin Roberts, she's the chairperson, Miss Carlin Roberts. And then you have Mr. Marcus Lestrade, he's the director of surveys, Mr. Ricky Bruman. You have Mr. Chester Haley, who is the current chief planner. We understand that he may no longer be there tomorrow because he was acting. And then you have Mr. Emil Lancelot, Mr. Burgess Stout, and KZ Thomas, and Tamika. I think she's a state attorney. So they're the ones who are now deliberating in the planning division. And we want to call upon them, not to do the right thing, and to follow the law, follow the plannings, regulations, everything else, and the process. Because as you know, that process has not been followed from day one with DBASH. That's why we're here today. It's been followed and all this stuff done properly, then there wouldn't be any issue for all of us here wasting our energy and our time to be trying to correct things and make it right.
Well, Jerry, what I'm going to do, I'm going to, leave right now and maybe join you guys there to see just what is going on there in the next few minutes. Okay? So,
Okay, that was great.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
because
Thank
we
you.
can interview others.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Dominica, you hear just what is happening there in the planning, outside of planning.
All your people need some justice.
Dominica, this is it for me. I'll be back on the radio at 1 o'clock talking the block.
Don't need to get the winning justice.
Standing for Dewansh, huh?
Justice. See all the people cry for justice. Yeah. Apartheid got to go. Got to give justice a chance to flow. Racism, well, that can't last. Racial discrimination is a thing of the past. So we got to. Justice. Yeah, we cry. Come on and give the people justice. Lord, we got that justice. There must be justice. Lord, and we need justice. Check out the people cry for justice. Lord, yeah, justice. I know the people need some justice. Lord, let justice flow. We're gonna fight to make it so. Let justice be. Everyone can be free. Come on, let the justice strong. All good stand and come on ground. I wanna let them. There won't be no peace without justice and equality. Yeah. Let justice run down as a river. Oh, yeah. And righteousness mighty stream. Justice for one and justice for all. Too much division, too much of and too many want so. We got tonight. We got tonight. So I'ma say, let justice run down as a river. Lord, please, and righteousness as a mighty stream. Justice for one and justice for all. Too much division, too much of class, and too many wars. Yeah, justice. Every nation needs some justice. And we got it, and we got to have justice. And every people needs some justice. Oh, justice. Down in the ghetto needs some justice. Oh, yeah, justice. See all the people cry for justice. Lord, Lord.
Advertise where everyone's listening. Advertise on Q95 today. Get more bang for your buck. Talk shows, news, sports, music shows, entertainment events, weekend shows, Newsweek reviews, early morning shows, evening and daytime shows, hot tips on health, nutrition, security, traffic, weather, environment, and more. Place your display banners on the Q95 website, www.q95da.com, with live links to your own website. Advertise on Q95, your one-stop shop for audio and video streaming, breaking news, sports, and entertainment. Advertise on Q95. Get value for your money. Call 767-448-5822 today. The big station. Easy Rock 95.1. More rock, less talk while you work. The latest soft rock, hit after hit. Tune into Easy Rock 95.1, the best mid-morning show in the right here on Q95. The big station. Advertise where everyone's listening. Advertise on Q95 today. Get more bang for your buck. Talk shows, news, sports, music shows, entertainment events, weekend shows, Newsweek reviews, early morning shows, evening and daytime shows, hot tips on health, nutrition, security, traffic, weather, environment, and more. Place your display banners on the Q95 website, www.q95da.com, with live links to your own website. Advertise on Q95, your one-stop shop for audio and video streaming, breaking news, sports, and entertainment. Advertise on Q95. Get value for your money. Call 767-448-5822 today. The big station. www.q95da.com. It's our brand new dynamic Q Family website. Log in, interact, have fun on the pages of your favorite shows. Rise and Shine, The Hot Seat, Easy Rock 951, Soul to Soul Gospel, The Big Link Up, Power Drive 951, Sports Rap, The Quiet Side of Q, Interact live with your show hosts and Q family listeners worldwide in real time. Make your comments, give your feedback, tell the world what's on your mind in the comments box at the bottom of the pages at Q95DA.com. You interact and connect instantly with friends and Q family members on the hottest social networks: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Messenger, Gmail, Google+. Make your comments in the box at the bottom of each news story on the news page by clicking on the headline of the news story. Log in to Q95DA.com. You'll just love to surf every unique page on our brand new dynamic interactive Q Family website. Browse through our interesting pages in your Q Family photo gallery. Listen to live audio. Watch intriguing videos on QTV on our homepage and in our video gallery. Q95 has long gone global. Place your web banners and video ads where the world is watching and listening on the big station, Q95DA.com. Streaming crystal clear audio and video in total liquid stereo. Don't miss out. Check Q95DA.com today and every day. Check it right now. Immerse yourself in what's hot and happening at www.Q95DA.com. Lock it in. Right on, Q.
Indulge your senses in the exotic fragrances inspired by nature, luscious fruits, tropical flowers, and mesmerizing beaches. With Beep Air Freshener, flowers of paradise, mango papaya, pina colada, pink lemonade zing, radiant sunshine, and white sand beaches make up the Beep Exotic Blends collection, perfectly blending vibrant tropical aromas with the inspiration drawn from around the Caribbean. Beep, for a happy, healthy home.
Quartz is giving you the chance to experience the Caribbean's premier music and arts event, the St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival. Every Quartz purchase of $2,999 or more from now to April 23rd gives you a chance to win an all-expenses-paid trip for two. To enjoy the music, the flair, and to create unforgettable memories for you and your guests. Don't miss this opportunity. Shop today, only at Quartz, bringing value home. Conditions apply.
Hi children, this one is just for you.
It is the ECCB Children's Connection Program coming your way on this station. Come, listen.
Join me, Auntie Marcia, and my co-host,
Quentin Tong and Ramalia Thomas and other children just like us, ages 5 to 12. Listen and participate in exciting stories, powerful lessons, smart quizzes, wise words, and win prizes. Awesome!
ECCB Children's Connection Program, every second Sunday of the month at 1 p.m. on this station. Don't you miss it.
Sponsored by the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank.
Ooh, oh, oh, KFC. Ooh, oh, KFC. Looking for some place to go. Meals for soul. KFC. Grab your family and your friends. Join in the experience. KFC. It's the place to be. Made for you and me. KFC. KFC. It's finger licking good. Here we are, two of us together, taking this crazy chance to be all alone. We both know that we could not be together, 'cause if we found out, it could mess up both our happy home.
I hate to think about us all meeting up together. As soon as I look at you, you show my face, and then they'll know that we've been loving each other We can never know. We can't be the truth. We belong, yeah. That's who we are. We should be together. We can't let go. No, no. 'Cause we love each other so. Sitting at home, I do nothing all day. But I think about you and hope that you're okay. Hoping you'll call before anyone gets home. Waiting to sleep alone. How could something so wrong be so right? We shouldn't have to keep on side. Living two lives just ain't easy at all. But we gotta run it there. Oh, secret lovers, yeah, that's what we are. Trying so hard to hide the way we feel. 'Cause we both belong to someone else, but we can't let go. What we feel is so free. So free. You and me, all we feel is this. All we can. We really had secret love. Time. We're both getting nervous for the way you lie. Even though we hate it, we know it's not that we go. We gotta be careful. We know. Secret lovers, yeah, that's what we are. Trying so hard to hide the way we feel. 'Cause we both belong to someone else, but we can't let go. 'Cause what we feel is so free. So free. So free. Ain't there something I can give in exchange for everything you give to me? Be my imagination. Feel just fine when I think my peace of mind is out of you. Scales are sometimes unbalanced, and you bear the
of all that has to be. I hope you see that you can lean on me, and together we can calm the stormy sea. We love so strong and so unselfishly. And I tell you now that I made about giving you the best that I've got, baby. Yes, I tell you now that I made about giving you the best that I've got. Oh, everybody's got an opinion of the way they think our story's gonna end. Some folks feel it's just a superficial thrill. Everybody's gonna have to think again. We've lost so strong and so unselfishly. They don't bother me, so I'm gonna keep on giving you the best that I got, baby. They don't bother me, said I'm gonna keep on giving you the best that I got. Listen, baby, somebody, somebody, I snuggle is arrested, and I feel as if my heart is in your eyes. If you're all gonna share your song, and I think I wanna sing forever. We love it so strong and so unselfishly, and I made a vow, so I tell you now, I'm giving you the best that I got. Baby, I bet everything on my wedding ring. Giving it to you, baby.
Fresh Vitamins, we've got everything you need for health and well-being. We carry a wide range of all-natural sports nutrition and health supplements, plus gluten-free and organic foods, all from quality brands, including Solaray, Cal, Bob's Red Mill, Nature's Way, Source Naturals, and Desire Way. Fresh Vitamins has 2 convenient locations. We're at number 7, Great George Street, Roseville, and we're in Portsmouth, inside IGA Whitchurch Supermarket. Join our discount club and save up to 20% every day on your purchases. Like us on Facebook to stay informed about our products and specials. Come into Fresh Vitamins today and get healthy.
Auto Trade introduces our newest line of lubricants, Valvoline, America's first branded motor oil. Valvoline has been formulating and improving motor oil longer than any other brand. From the world's first racing oil to the world's first synthetic blend, Valvoline has been trusted in engines around the world for over 150 years. Make the switch today. Choose Valvoline, the original motor oil. At Auto Trade, we only recommend the best in quality because at Auto Trade, it's more than a vehicle. It's a relationship. Valvoline lubricants, now distributed by Auto Trade.
Introducing the new Caribbean paint from Do It Center. Turok paint and wall covering from Do It Best Quality Paint, giving you the same great interior and exterior quality, the same color matching technology, and an incredible price. Available in black, satin, and semi-gloss. Visit us on Google Road or call our paint department at 255-6896. Do It Center, your partner in the home improvements. Exciting news from AutoTrade. Incredible savings are here. Take advantage of AutoTrade's Thrifty Thursday promotion. Mark your calendars. On the last Thursday of each month, AutoTrade is offering up to 20% off items throughout the store. Yes, 20% off. But wait, here's more. Keep your eyes peeled for our exclusive Deal of the Day offer, bringing you even bigger discounts on select items. Whether you're looking for car accessories, maintenance essentials, or just browsing for a great deal, we've got you covered. So be sure to swing by AutoTrade every last Thursday. At AutoTrade, it's more than a vehicle, it's a relationship. Terms and conditions apply.
Home improvement, building supplies for you, kitchen appliances, even home decor too. Lumber, lawn, all your garden supplies, plumbing, welding, electrical supplies.
Visit Do It Center at the former Jane Hassett Hardware location on Goodwill Road. Call us at 255-6890.
Do it Center.
Advertise where everyone's listening. Advertise on Q95 today. Get more bang for your buck. Talk shows, news, sports, music shows, entertainment events, weekend shows, Newsweek reviews, early morning shows, evening and daytime shows, hot tips on health, nutrition, security, traffic, weather, environment, and more. Place your display banners on the Q95 website, www.q95da.com, with live links to your own website. Advertise on Q95, your one-stop shop for audio and video streaming, breaking news, sports, and entertainment. Advertise on Q95. Get value for your money. Call 767-448-5822 today. The big station. Easy Rock 95.1. More rock, less talk while you work. The latest soft hit after hit. Tune into Easy Rock 95.1, the best mid-morning show in the right here on Q95. The big station.
Rejoice, rejoice, good tidings I bring you. Yes, yeah, a message to you, my friend. Invoke your angels, when fresh and traffic cannot concentrate. No, your blues and feelings, spirits that take one on your shoulder, one foot in the grave, who is there today? Who is sowing tears shall reap joy. As you stay there, I'm a stumbling block that stands getting down. The righteous reveal secrets of the scripture. The wicked that portion silence in their hands lie your destination. The true life you open. Mystical powers to you open. The keys that have so I reach the vision, yeah. Come on, what he said,
Drop these angels and dreams and prayer. Remember the tree, remember the vision of life. Remember the magic of our soul. Wash away the blues and feeling. Feel yourself take the world off your shoulder. Put it to grave, my friend. Put it back to the day. Let your drop it and the thumb and go. Drop it and the thumb and go. Do what it's the how you are. Side for get behind the chains and get behind the chains and I want the whole of the cherry, oh, baby. Can't you see I'm in love with you? If you don't believe I do, then why don't you try me? I will never let you down. I will never make you wear no frown. You say that you love me, madly. I will accept you gladly. Cherry, oh, baby. Don't you know I'm in need of thee? If you don't believe it's true, what have you left for me to do? Long I've been waiting for you to come right in. And now that we are together, we make all my joys come over. Cherry, oh, baby. Can't you see I'm in love with you? If you don't believe I do, then why don't you try me? I will never let you down. I will never make you wear no frown. You say that you love me, madly. I will accept you gladly. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Long I've been waiting for you to come right. And now that we are together, please make all my joys come over. Cherry, oh, baby. Don't you see I'm in love with you? If you don't believe I do, then why don't you try me? I will never let you down. I will never make you wear no frown. You say that you love me, madly. I will accept you, badly. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, cherry, no, baby. Don't you see I'm in love with you? If you don't believe I do, then why don't you try me? I will never let you down. I will never make you wear no frown. You say that you love me, madly. I will accept you badly.
He's a skanker. He's a skanker. He's a skanker. He's a skanker. Excuse me while I light my spit. Oh God, I got to take a hit. From reality, I just can't dream. That's why I'm staying with this friend. Take it easy. Lord, take it easy. Take it easy. Got to take it easy. See, we're taking it easy. We're taking it slow. Taking it easy. Got to take it slow. Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Excuse me while I light my split. Oh God, I got to take a lead. From reality, I just can't dream. That's why I'm staying with the dream. Take it easy. Got to take it easy. Take it easy. Can't take it easy. Tell you what, God, no one. On you, promise, on me. On you,